insurance to fit your needs. That's why our agents work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service. Satisfied customers and a plan for you. Isn't it time to check Shelter out? Find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
The Roadhouse Hotel is ready to be your legendary Louisville destination. We have your answer to that long overdue date night or reunion with friends. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner in Walker's Exchange, monthly bourbon dinners at Swizzle, or cigar lounge nights on the Walker's patio, your visit will be nothing short of legendary at the Roadhouse Hotel, the official hotel partner of the Louisville Cardinals.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What do your home and auto have in common? They're yours, and Progressive protects them both. Bundled today at Progressive.com. This is Louisville Cardinals football from Learfield.
This is Tom Drexler with Tom Drexler Plumbing, Air, and Electric, proud supporter of the Louisville Cardinals. Just like the Cards, we believe in being the best. That's why only the best technicians wear the Tom Drexler uniform. I promise you will be a fan of our upfront pricing and clean professional service. For all of your plumbing, heating and cooling, or electrical needs, make the right call. Dial 1-TOM Drexler.
Call the plumber whose name is his number. Call the plumber whose name is his number. Dial 1-TOM Drexler, that's his number. Yeah!
Toyotathon is on, and it's the perfect time to wrap up the year with a new, stylishly affordable Corolla. Now through January 6th, you can get low-rate financing or a great lease on a new Corolla or Corolla Hybrid. Lease a gas-powered 25 Corolla LE now for $219 a month for 39 months with $32.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
About 10 minutes away from the first ever meeting between Louisville and Washington in football as the Cardinals make their second appearance in the Sun Bowl and Washington makes its fifth appearance in this game. Let's pause for station identification. This is Louisville Cardinals football from Learfield. Jody, we've touched quite a bit on opt-outs and transfers and the like, but what about the health of this football team as we look at our player health update brought to you by U of L Health, the official provider of U of L Athletics?
Yeah, you kind of forget with all the opt-outs and things that go on that there are guys that are injured, and there are guys that have been out, the guys that are still in the program that have been injured who are not available today but with the team. Offensive lineman Lance Robinson and Victor Cutler, those guys were both injured early in the year and missed the entire season. Defensive lineman Selah Brown and safety Blake Ruffin, they've all been out pretty much the entire season, if not the entire season, all but one game. And I'll add one more to that list, to a guy we thought we might see a little bit today, but I don't think we're going to see him. I think he's going to be put on the shelf, and that's Rasheed Miller, who had really been playing at a high level for Louisville until he suffered that broken hand, and that thumb or hand, and that was in the Boston College game, and he's been out since then. We thought he was practicing a lot. I just don't think they're gonna chance it here today.
So other than that, and about 22 other players who have left the team for one reason or another, everybody's here.
Yeah, make it 23 now because you got to add the punter.
That's right.
Because he's gone.
And you and I are here, and Craig Swabeck is not. Craig opted out.
Is he opted out, or is he just,
Unfortunately, Craig could not make the trip over the holidays, but we intend to see him back next year going strong. Fireworks going off.
Right where the team is coming out. That would scare me.
Louisville coming out of the end zone to our right, dressed in all white today. Washington will be dressed in their dark purple uniforms for today's matchup between the Huskies and the Cardinals. We'll have that kickoff coming up next. This is Louisville Cardinals football from Learfield.
I am cancer-free thanks to the power of U of L Health Brown Cancer Center.
The power of early detection.
The power of clinical trials only found here. The power of holistic care.
The power of second opinions.
The power of academic research.
And the power of expert care close to home.
That's the power of you. To learn more and find a Brown Cancer Center location near you, visit uoflhealth.org.
Hey, Card fans. Attorney Sam Aguiar here, proud partner of U of L Athletics and ESPN Radio Louisville. Car wrecks can be a nightmare, and insurance companies are just going to make it worse. But when you're part of our team, we take care of those hassles so you can focus on getting better. We've helped thousands of Card fans get life-changing results on their claims, and it would be an honor to work for you, too. So if you've been hurting a car, give us a call at 502-888-8888 or check us out online at demandsam.com. And go Cards!
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive is helping to drive veterans' lives forward through their Keys to Progress program. This is Louisville Cardinals football from Learfield.
Hello, everyone. This is Wally Dent, founder and distiller for Still Distillery. We are so excited to partner with the Louisville Cardinals and bring you the brand new Monks Road Bourbon Bar at the Alley. With the Cards being on the road this week, come down to Monks Road Boiler House on Whiskey Row and enjoy a delicious dinner and unique cocktails while cheering on the team to victory. Go Cards!
Just like your Cardinals, Team Chevrolet has game-changing talent at every position, with a lineup led by the legendary Chevy Silverado, where 4 durable engines, including the TurboMax, deliver the capability you rely on every day. Plus, with advanced camera tech, it'll make your most difficult towing jobs a whole lot easier and your confidence even stronger. Check out the hard-working Silverado at your Chevy dealer today. Proud partner of the Louisville Cardinals. Kentucky drives Chevy.
On the Louisville Cardinals Sports Network from Learfield, it's time to get your L's up.
Lock in, do the small things.
Pressure, steps up, has a little space to the 5, shot, jumps, and somersaults into the end zone.
You got to bring it to them on every single play. Nothing's going to be given to you.
Goalie for the end zone, and intercepted in the end zone.
You guys worked your tail off to get here.
Brown to the 40, Brown to the 30, being chased, and they will not catch Isaac Brown.
Nobody take anything for granted. Nobody take your foot off the gas.
Loops it downfield again, and a one-handed interception by Quincy Riley.
Play to the end. You got to finish the season.
Live from El Paso, Texas, the Cardinals, the Huskies. This is the Sun Bowl. Kickoff is just moments away. Now with the call of the game, here's Craig Swabeck and the voice of the Cardinals, Paul Rogers.
Good afternoon, everyone, from bright, sunny El Paso, Texas, home of the 91st Sun Bowl, the second oldest bowl game going behind only the Rose Bowl. Paul Rogers joined in the booth today by Jody Demling. Craig Swabeck was unable to make the trip, so Jody and I will be doing the honors here as we try to get the Cardinals to 500 all-time in bowl games. They've lost one more than they've won and would like to close out the season today with a Sun Bowl victory. Jody, you touched on this a moment ago and I hadn't really thought about it. If Louisville could win this game, it would give them their third straight win to end the season, which has not happened in quite a while.
A little different than last year. You remember that? That was a bad ending to last year. But really, and I know it's totally different because you just don't have a lot of guys who made big plays for you, so it's different. But they played their 2 best games against Pittsburgh and Kentucky. I thought the most complete games as far as the season is concerned. So they're out there now for the coin toss.
3 straight losses to end the season last year, including in the Holiday Bowl. Louisville 12-13-1 all-time in bowl games. Let's go down to referee Hank Johns as we get the coin toss.
Tails he called. Tails. It's Tony the Tiger, that's heads. You won the toss. Washington's won the toss. Defer to the second half. You guys want the football. Okay. Which way do you guys want to kick? All right, you guys put your backs over here. Let's put your backs over there.
Always go with Tony the Tiger. Tony the Tiger was heads and Louisville picked tails.
We'll receive. All right, guys, shake hands. Come out ready to go.
All right, it is a Big 12 officiating crew today. It's Hank Johns is the referee. The umpire is Rick Podraza. Steve Mantaranti is the head linesman. The line judge is Mark Estemeyer. Randy Smith, the field judge. The side judge, Mark Graves. Brian Ernest is the back judge. The center judge is Abram Anais. And the replay official is Richard Brown. Louisville will have the possession to start. Cards putting up 36 points per game and 455 yards per game, which is 11th best in the country. and rushed for 183 yards for the season, but 358 in that last game against Kentucky. That's the most rushing yards ever for a Louisville team under Jeff Brom, who is finishing up his second season here as coach of the Cardinals.
Still have a minute left here on the clock, so the team's kind of milling around a little bit, but I'm excited. I just looked down in the huddle, and I do see number 5 in there, Paul. I'm excited to see number 5. Colin Lacy. The last time we saw him in a game, if I'm not mistaken, he returned one, what was it, 102 yards?
He had officially a 100-yard kickoff return. I can't remember if that was his last game or his next to last game, but at any rate, he played in 4 games, 15 catches for 179 yards. Chris Bell, who just seemed to get better and better, 37 receptions for 677 yards and 4 touchdowns. And how about what really became quite the duo between Brown and Watson? 7.3 yards per carry for Brown and actually 9 yards per carry for Duke Watson. Both of them had over 100 against Kentucky, including a career-high 178 yards by Brown. Both of them had 2 touchdowns in that game against Kentucky also to close the season. Louisville will receive a move to our left, which is to the north. The sun will be setting behind us as the day wears on, and shadows will eventually work their way across the field. Louisville does have, is that Lacy? I can't tell for sure. Back to return the kickoff. I believe it is, but I can't get a good look at the number from here.
It's Lacy deep and Bell just in front of it, not too far in front of him.
Yeah, so. Bell up at the 10 on the left. Lacy just a step in the end zone on the right as we await the kickoff coming from Grady Gross, the Washington kicker. Huskies went 6-6 this season. But again, their last 3 losses were to teams who were in the college football playoff, and 2 of them still are. Penn State, and their last game was a loss at number 1, Oregon. Ready to go with a kick coming up for the Huskies. And here we go in the Sun Bowl, a booming kick that will go way back in the end zone. And the Cards will come out and start it at the 25-yard line. Harrison Bailey in 4 games for the Cardinals, threw 8 passes, completed them all for 63 yards. Played formerly at UNLV and at Tennessee, and now in his second season here at Louisville.
All right, so Monroe Mills not starting this game. Trevante Sylvester at left tackle, Michael Gonzalez at left guard, Pete Nigra, Ronaldo Brown, and John Mendoza is the lineup up front for Louisville.
So the Cards come out with 3 wide outs to the right. Hicks is the widest of those, tight end to the left. Brown is the running back, and it's a give to Brown, and he runs off the left side and gets nowhere, brought down right at the 25-yard line on the first play from scrimmage for the Cardinals.
Yeah, I actually lost a yard. It was a really quick handoff. I'm not sure. We don't have a replay monitor. It looked like even like they almost stumbled a little bit there. Is Harrison Bailey giving the handoff to Brown.
Brown to the right of Bailey. A wide out to the right is Bell. The ball is on the left hash. They shift the defense to the Louisville left a bit. And here comes the snap back to Bailey. Throws to the far side, and it's grabbed at the 30-yard line, but down right there on the reception to Lacy for a gain of about 6 yards.
I like that. You're going to see some different things. This is a bowl game. There's a lot of things thrown out of the book of what they've done. That was Isaac Brown split out way right, calling Lacy in the backfield, and they motioned Lacy and got Harrison Bailey a quick little nice easy target.
So 3 receivers bunched to the left. That's the wide side on 3rd down and 5 for Louisville. Bell heads over to the right side now. Bailey waits for the snap, drops straight back, stands in the pocket, throws over the middle, has his man at the 32, and twisted down and lands at the 34-yard line. He's going to be a yard short. It went to Bell, but the Cards are going to face 4th down.
Yeah, nice job there. Chris Bell caught it, and when he did, he kind of turned right into the defender. A good, sure-handed tackle there. I tell you what, Washington, that's one thing against the pass this year. They were actually pretty good against the pass.
So here comes a Louisville punt from Schwartz. Carter Schwartz is the punter today. And this is a low driving end-over-end punt, caught at the 22-yard line on a fair catch, actually. And so Washington will start at the 22-yard line. That ball got back there in a hurry, and Denzel Boston called for a fair catch.
It's like a knuckleball.
43 yards on the punt. It was, kind of a low liner that got back there. So here comes freshman quarterback DeMond Williams for Washington. Threw for 574 yards, 4 touchdowns without an interception. Splits out 3 receivers to the right. Hunter is the widest of those. Coleman is the back, and whistles blow before the snap comes.
False start.
I think we had some movement. Yep,
yes.
But Washington's going to back up 5 yards.
False start. Offense, number 74.
Paul Louisville doesn't have a lot of guys in the secondary, but Corey Thornton and Taz Nicholson are the corners. Antonio Watts is that linebacker safety that he's always played. And then you got MJ Griffin and Tamarian McDonald. So some good guys there. There's just no depth really behind them.
So 1st and 15, no score. Louisville went 3 and out on its first possession. Louisville shows some pressure up front as they come with a snap. They hand off to Coleman. He runs it off the right side just a bit and got about 3 yards maybe out to close to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, good. Actually, not a bad push there by Louisville. He got a couple yards with Jordan Garrard with the tackle there. Ramon Purrier and Tramel Logan both kind of getting into the backfield. I like what I see first look from this defense, at least the guys that are out there on the field.
Jonah Coleman rushed for 1,011 yards and 10 touchdowns this year. He's lined up next to Williams. Tight end on the right, that's Latu, and 2 receivers on the left. One of them motions out to the right, and that is Boston. And here comes the snap. Fake handoff and a throw over the middle, batted down and incomplete. Like a Louisville lineman got a hand on that and knocked the ball down well short of its intended target. It'll be 3rd down.
I believe it was Stanquan Clark. I'm not sure. Woo Spencer, Stanquan Clark in there. We should note, we didn't even talk about that. Thor Griffith out for the first half because he got the targeting penalty. It was Stanquan Clark. A good push there from Woo Spencer up front, and Clark able to bat that ball down.
Maybe Louisville going on the honor system holding him out because they were kind of waiting to hear for an official directive about that. But they said, no, that is the rule. We'll keep him out. 2 receivers to the left on 3rd and long. And here comes the snap. Louisville with pressure, but he lets it go, and it's intercepted. This might be a touchdown. Nicholson to the 5. Nicholson for a touchdown, and Louisville scores first on another interception. They've had 3 in each of the previous 2 games, and now they pick that one off for 6. It's the first interception thrown by the freshman, Devon Williams.
And he just really telegraphed it. He looked right where he was, and Nicholson just stepped right in front of the receiver, and an easy touchdown. He did dive at the end. I don't think he really needed to, but Taz Nicholson with the touchdown for Louisville, and that's a big boost right there. That's not a bad way to start the game.
Extra point attempt coming up from Brock Travelstead, who made all 53 this season. Remember, a new holder today. It's down, it's up, and it is good. And Louisville strikes first. A 7-0 lead for the Cardinals with 12:15 to play in the first quarter. And we'll continue from El Paso. This is Louisville Cardinals football from Learfield.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news! The movement experts at Pro Rehab Physical Therapy can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 20 convenient locations across Kentuckiana, contact Pro Rehab Physical Therapy today at ProRehab.com to see a physical therapist. Pro Rehab Physical Therapy, a proud partner of the Louisville Cardinals and trusted choice for keeping Card fans in the game.
Today's game is brought to you by the Progressive Keys to Progress program, providing cars to veterans in need. This is Louisville Cardinals football from Learfield.
Just like your Cardinals, Team Chevrolet has game-changing talent at every position, with a lineup led by the legendary Chevy Silverado, where 4 durable engines, including the TurboMax, deliver the capability you rely on every day. Plus, with advanced camera tech, it'll make your most difficult towing jobs a whole lot easier and your confidence even stronger. Check out the hard-working Silverado at your Chevy dealer today. Proud partner of the Louisville Cardinals. Kentucky drives Chevy.
Hey, Card fans, attorney Sam Aguiar here, proud partner of U of L Athletics and ESPN Radio Louisville. Car wrecks can be a nightmare, and insurance companies are just going to make it worse. But when you're part of our team, we take care of those hassles so you can focus on getting better. We've helped thousands of Card fans get life-changing results on their claims, and it would be an honor to work for you too. So if you've been hurting a car, give us a call at 502-888-8888 or check us out online at demandsam.com. And go Cards!
Throughout the season, Prairie Farms partners with the Louisville Cardinals to showcase the standout student-athletes over the past week of competition through the Prairie Farms Student Athlete of the Week Award. Follow the Louisville Cardinals on Facebook or X to cast your vote for this week's Prairie Farms Student Athlete of the Week. Well, when you're missing your top receiver and your starting quarterback, it's always nice when you can get a boost from the defense, and that's exactly what happened after Louisville went 3 and out on its first possession. Tavion Nicholson picked off a pass and ran it 21 yards for a touchdown, so Louisville leads 7-0 over the Washington Huskies.
You know, when you really look at what Nicholson's done this year, Paul, 30 tackles coming into this game, 3 tackles for a loss, only 1 pass breakup and one interception, but quite honestly, he's been involved in a lot of other plays. You know, he's been involved a lot. He just hasn't been the guy who has been kind of in the forefront. And right there, I'm glad he was out there because he just stepped right in front. Touchdown for Louisville.
So the Cards will kick off to Washington after that score.
Once we get Tony the Tiger off the field.
He's a popular mascot. I mean, the people flock to him at the events we've been to. This will be Giles Jackson, their top receiver, lined up to return the kickoff, but I'm sure Travelstead will attempt to kick this out of the end zone. I was checking to make sure it's not Keller. And if it is Keller, it's usually later in the game. Travelstead starts out.
People flock to him, including us.
Yes, we did. We got our picture taken with it. It's mandatory, I think.
It is. He couldn't do the yell up, though.
He didn't have thumbs. Here's the Travelstead kick, and it will go back in the end zone and will not be returned.
Yeah, you know, we talked a lot on our broadcast all year about this kickoff and do you fair catch or do you return it? In bowl games, I have seen a lot more people take chances because it's like, you know what? It is a bowl game, and if the ball's kicked anywhere between the 1 and the 10, a lot of times they're going to take a chance.
Let's see how Williams bounces back from his first ever interception, which was returned for a touchdown. He completes 70%. He went 17 of 20 in that game at Oregon in their season finale. He's lined up now. He takes it and he gives it, and there goes Coleman off the left side and surges for just a couple of yards. Pretty stiff resistance by Louisville defensively. Coleman, who came with Coach Fish from Arizona, rushed for just over 1,000 yards this year.
Des Tell there for Louisville, Miles Jernigan, Tell, Conga, Jernigan, Richard Kenley in there. Linebacker, you got Dan Foster in this time, so Louisville playing a lot of bodies here early on.
And, you know, they are familiar names. You think about who's gone, but there's a lot of experience still out there for Louisville defensively. 2nd down and 8, and this is Coleman again. He bounces off the left side. Can't get much. Louisville right there to bring him down to the 30-yard line after just a short gain. It's going to be 3rd down and 5. Washington converted on 36% of their 3rd downs this year. Louisville gave up 35%.
As Tell again, Paul. He is just, this is his last game, and man, he has just been like a big bowling ball in the middle there.
MJ Griffin and Tamarion McDonald are the safeties for Louisville, and here's pressure coming after him, but he squirts away from it, but ducks down just across the 30-yard line, so Louisville did stop him short. Well, he got through that first wave, and I thought he might get something, but Louisville made a nice recover to bring him down, and it'll be a punt.
We haven't seen him a ton, but Dan Foster was the guy right there who actually tripped him up, and Nicholson right there helping him, so Dan Foster making a good play for the Cardinals.
Jack McAllister into punt to Lacy. Now, McAllister is transferring, but he elected to, and they allowed him to stay and be the punter for this game.
He's already signed with Nebraska.
Oh, has he?
Yes. They've announced it.
That is really weird.
So the Nebraska punter punting for Washington.
Here's the snap, a high sailing punt, and Lacy retreats and gets blasted as he makes the catch and fortunately holds on to it at the 15-yard line. Well, that was a booming punt of 51 yards. And the Cards offense will take over with a 7-0 lead, and we'll take a timeout. We have 10:27 left to play in the first quarter. This is Louisville Cardinals football from Learfield.
We all know the importance of nutrition and diet for a healthy lifestyle. We also know dairy foods provide great nutrition and value. That's reason enough why Louisville families choose locally produced Prairie Farms dairy products like whole milk yogurt or cottage cheese. They're packed with protein and perfect for snacking or as part of your favorite recipes. Visit prairiefarms.com for delicious recipes and coupons and enter for a chance to win dairy prize packages. Support local dairy farmers and remember to drink local with Prairie Farms.
here's Tom Drexler.
This is Tom Drexler with Tom Drexler Plumbing, Air, and Electric, proud supporter of the Louisville Cardinals. Just like the Cards, we believe in being the best. That's why only the best technicians wear the Tom Drexler uniform. I promise you will be a fan of our upfront pricing and clean professional service. For all of your plumbing, heating and cooling, or electrical needs, make the right call. Dial 1 Tom Drexler.
Call the plumber whose name is his number. Call the plumber whose name is his number. Dial 1 Tom Drexler, that's his number. Yeah.
At Papa John's, you can now get an extra large New York style one-topping pizza for only $10.99. That's one big deal for one big pizza. So get more for your money. Better ingredients, better pizza. Better get you some extra large New York style one-topping pizza for only $10.99 at Papa John's. Paul Rogers and Jody Demling in El Paso. If you've heard me over the years, you know I've always sort of been enthralled by the Sun Bowl. I can just remember watching it from my whole life, basically, and it always seems to be a day just like this, Jody. Bright, sunny skies, pleasant temperatures in the mid-60s, and the stadium uniquely tucked into a mountain. And I was told today, as we look across that top right corner of the stadium, that upper level was added a number of years ago, and you could see where they actually had to chisel out a chunk of the mountain over there to make room for that part of the stadium.
And I wonder, over as we're looking out across the Louisville's bench, there's a new building, like a complex in the other end zone, and it looks like they had to chisel out some of the mountain there as well. Get to there, so kind of cool, very neat. I figured out though why Craig didn't want to come. They have a humongous bowl of cereal over there, and I know how he is to cereal. He would have wanted to go jump in it. He wanted to keep me off the sidelines away from it.
Yeah, there was some speculation who might score and go jump in the big bowl of Frosted Flakes, but so far nobody. Harrison Bailey, by the way, even though Louisville went 3 and out, did complete 2 passes, so he's 10 for 10 this year as Louisville starts here for the 15-yard line, leading 7-0 on an interception return for a touchdown. Brown is the back to the left of Bailey. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Fake to Brown, quick throw, and incomplete. A little bit behind his intended target, which was Blue Hicks at about the 25-yard line.
You jinxed him there, a little pressure, and he had to get rid of it a little too soon. And luckily, Blue Hicks was able to get his hand on the ball because that could have been an interception.
Yeah, there was a defender real close by. 2nd down and 10, so Hicks comes wide to the left. Lacy is in the slot. We've got the fullback, Dwayne Martin, into the game ahead of, is it Brown or Watson? Let's see. Here's the handoff. It is Brown. Slices off to the right, pops free for a little bit of yardage, crosses the 20 and out to about the 22. Nice game by Brown. It'll be 3rd and short.
He almost popped that one, and if he gets past that first wave, usually he gets more than what he just did there. But that time, a good play by the defender, but he almost popped through there. Great block by Dwayne Martin. When Dwayne Martin's in there, people move up in front of him.
Washington gives up 44% on 3rd down, so you kind of like the odds here on 3rd and about 3 for Louisville. Again, 2 receivers come wide to the right, to the left rather. Hicks on this side. The tight end for the right comes a little closer to the tackle, and here comes the snap, and Bailey, good protection, not much of a rush, throws, and it hit the umpire, I think. Looked like it hit him right at the 30-yard line. It was intended for Redmond, but that's going to be an incomplete pass on a 4th down for the Cards.
I'm glad it hit Redmond because that would have been an interception, it looked like to me right there. Chris Bell is talking to Harrison Bailey now. Harrison Bailey locked in really on Mark Redmond on that one, didn't really look at anything else. Chris Bell was on this outside nearest us, Paul, and was pretty wide open, ran a good route.
Here comes another punt from Schwartz. This one another low end-over-end kick and a fair catch of the 42-yard line. Boy, his balls haven't been airborne very long, have they, on either one of his punts?
And he's got time, too. That was he had some time there.
That one went for just 36. And Washington will take over in good field position at its own 43-yard line, and we will take another timeout. We have 9:34 to play in the first quarter. Louisville leads 7-0 over Washington. This is Cardinal football from Learfield.
When you share your food, you share your heart. So what's on your table this holiday season? Save on your festive feast at Kroger with delicious deals on all the holiday classics. Or wow the crowd with something new, like a quinoa stuffed butternut squash. It's sure to add a pop of color to your spread. How about a sweet potato casserole with a crunchy oat streusel topping, made with care for the sweet tooth and the savory tooth? With Kroger, fill your table with love and watch as your guests' hearts get as full as their bellies. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
It's game day, Card Nation. Get ready to support the Cards, just like Cards fans support Toyota of Louisville, a family-owned and operated dealership serving the community since 1967. At Toyota of Louisville, we go the extra yard, offering the most reliable and trusted cars on the road. For a winning drive, visit toyotaoflouisville.com today. Conveniently located off Dixie Highway, ready to assist you in finding the perfect ride. Because when it comes to excellence and trust, nobody walks away. toyotaoflouisville.com. Go Cards!
Just like the Cards, Tom Drexler Plumbing, Air, and Electric believes in being the best. That's why only the best technicians wear the Tom Drexler uniform. Remember, for all your plumbing, heating, and cooling and electric needs, dial 1 Tom Drexler. Paul Rogers and Jody Demling without Craig Swabeck on the road today here in El Paso for the Sun Bowl. Louisville Cardinals lead 7-0. Neither offense has generated much of anything. Louisville's 7 points came on an interception return from 21 yards out by Tavian Nicholson. That gave Louisville the early 7-0 lead. That's where we stand here with 9:34 to play in the first quarter.
And Paul, I was wondering, and I didn't even ask, and Kelly Dickey answered by tweeting this. That is the third interception return for a touchdown in a bowl game in Louisville history. The most memorable one, obviously.
First play of the Sugar Bowl.
33-23 game there in 2013. The other one back at the Pasadena Bowl in 1970.
Only 16 total yards for Louisville and just 10 for Washington here as we're off to a sputtering start offensively for both teams. Washington operating with a freshman quarterback, Damon Williams. Will Rogers, the Mississippi State transfer, was replaced in the regular season finale. Williams did play in every game as a backup and then started and went all the way against Oregon.
Yeah, they've given up a lot of sacks, this offensive line.
Yes,
Louisville
they have.
Needs to continue to do what they're doing and bring some pressure.
10 sacks in the last game. Here's a quick handoff. Coleman gives ground to the backfield, circles to the right, and dives toward the 50-yard line and does come out with a pretty decent gain. They rule him down at the 48, so it's going to be a gain of about 5.
Yeah, Jeriante Davis getting that good one. That actually went for more yards than it should have. Antonio Watts got picked off a very nice block by the wide receiver there as Watts was going up to look like he would make the tackle.
2nd down and 5 from the 48. Boston is the receiver wide to the left, another wide out to the right. Quarterback will work from up under center. Takes it and fakes the handoff. Now throws a screen out here. The tight end gets loose, runs across the 50 and down to the 40-yard line, and has a first down at the 39. That went to Kaliki Latu, the senior tight end who had 342 receiving yards this year.
Yeah, and a very nice job by the quarterback there, just biding his time, waiting till the last second to throw that and let that kind of set up. He had pressure on him, but got the ball away.
Williams has a very high completion percentage. In his limited action, he completed 70% of his throws for 570 yards and 4 touchdowns, but suffered his first interception today. That's the one Louisville returned for the touchdown. Louisville leads 7-0. Washington at the Cardinals' 40-yard line, and here's Williams back to throw again. Just a 3-man rush, airs out a deep ball downfield, and a receiver in the end zone pulls it in, hangs on. Yes, that is a touchdown to Giles Jackson. His 4th touchdown this year, a 40-yarder.
And Nicholson, who got the interception, got burnt right there. The receiver just got behind him a couple yards.
Nicholson did get there right at the end and made the tackle, but the catch was made and secured by Jackson.
And now Nicholson is down.
So all we need is an injury in the secondary, particularly at corner where Louisville is extremely thin. Behind Nicholson and Thornton, the 2 main corners, you've got Ramon Mosby, Jaden Minkins, and Destin Shears, none of whom have played virtually at all. Yeah, if any, this season.
Mosby, a true freshman, has played in 4 games, very limited snaps, mostly on special teams. Cheers is a walk-on. Minkins is a walk-on. They've both played very limited snaps.
And Nicholson is still down in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, it looked like his head hit pretty hard off the turf.
He is getting up now. I asked Coach Brom in the pregame conversation, perhaps you heard we were talking a little about Desmond Williams, and I've suspected or wondered if his high completion percentage didn't mean he just threw a lot of short balls, but Jeff said he can really throw the deep ball, and that one was dead on target for sure. So Nicholson is walking off with no assistance, so maybe we'll be okay. We'll just have to wait and get word on that.
Yeah, he's taking his time walking off over there.
They're going to go, here we go with the extra point, sorry. And the kick is good, and we have a tie game. So the Cards score first on an interception return, but Washington answers with a 40-yard bomb. And with still 8:09 to go in the first quarter, we have a 7-7 game between Louisville and the Washington Huskies. They're going to take an extra first quarter timeout here, so we'll throw in a bonus break, Cardinals, and be right back to El Paso in the Sun Bowl. This is Louisville Cardinals football from Learfield.
Louisville fans, when no one can decide what to eat, Papa John's has your game day feast covered. The Papa Pairings menu from Papa John's lets you pair 2 or more ooey-gooey, mouth-watering menu items for just $6.99 each. Get your L's up and choose from medium one-topping pizzas, boneless or traditional wings, papadillas, breadsticks, cheese sticks, garlic knots, and desserts. Better ingredients, better pizza. Better get you some Papa Pairings only at Papa John's. Go Cards!
Today we have 2 very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right. Oh, I like it. So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip. Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Welcome back to El Paso in the Sun Bowl, where the Louisville Cardinals and Washington Huskies are tied at 7 with 8:09 to play in the first quarter. Paul Rogers joined by Jody Dimley here in the booth. Craig Swalbeck unable to be with us today. Kelly Dickey on stats. Our producer is Riley Sneeders. Our host is William McDermott. And Elias Vitania, our engineer from here in El Paso. Thanks to his most valued and trusted assistance today, getting us through a new venue we've never visited before. And I got a nice little tour of El Paso yesterday, thanks to Elias as well.
I like new venues, new places to eat, new places to hang out, new.
A lot within walking distance of us here.
Yeah, it was pretty nice. Paul, I think Nicholson with the interception, then he gets burnt on that play there. But really, on that play, Louisville just rushing 3, and I know what Ron English wants to do is hoping those 3 can get there against this team, but they just couldn't do it, and we'll have to wait and see. Nicholson is still in the injury tent.
Now the Cardinals will be getting the ball back. Washington kicking off to the Cardinals again. Lacy had that 100-yard touchdown return back earlier this season. Washington's kicker is Grady Gross. He does the kickoffs and the place kicking as well. Places the ball at the 35. 7-7 game. Still 8 minutes plus to go in the first quarter. Here's the kick. And this one plenty deep once again. There will be no return.
There will be no return.
Cardinals just 16 yards of offense. Harrison Bailey completed 2 of 4 for 10 yards. Isaac Brown has carried twice for 6 yards. Lacy and Bell each have a catch for Louisville. Lacy, Bell, and probably Blue Hicks will be the primary receivers. Maybe Chris Hughes in the mix a little bit as well. We'll see. 2 receivers go wide to the right. And that is Hughes in the slot out to that right side. The back is next to Bailey. Motions Redmond to the right. Bailey hands it off. There's a run. No, it was a fake, and he's keeping it. And Bailey, oh boy, did he ever fool me. I thought he'd given it to Brown, who made a nice twisting run, and suddenly there was Bailey coming down the other side and took it all the way out to the 38-yard line.
A little pressure came to Bailey, and as he was handing it off, I don't think they could get it cleanly, so he just kind of kept it. A little bit of an awkward run, but he gets the first down.
It was a really good run by Brown, too.
Yeah. I was watching Bailey.
1st and 10 from the 38-yard line of Louisville. Backs on each side now of Harrison Bailey. And here comes the snap, and he will throw. They just rushed 3, so he gets it out here in the flat at the 40-yard line and out of bounds right at the 40. That was Lacy on the catch. Went for just a gain of 2.
Antonio Meeks in there as well, Paul. The transfer last year from Tuskegee. We didn't see him a whole lot this year. Saw him a lot in the first couple games, but he was a guy that they really liked in fall camp and didn't get a whole lot of action this year.
Meeks is number 86 if you're viewing at home. 2nd down and 8. 7-7 game in the first quarter. Harrison Bailey making his first start, takes it, hands it, and here comes Brown, squirts free across the 45. That's Watson actually gets past the 50 and still working it into Washington territory down to about the 46 or 7 yard line, and a first down for the Cardinals. Duke Watson averages 9 yards per carry, and he put up a good 14-yard run there.
And a really nice block by Trevante Sylvester, the left tackle initially there, and then out in front was Chris Redmond and Antonio Meeks making blocks down the field. Good job, and Watson just keeps those feet turning.
I'm glad somebody else does it. Mark Redmond. You said Chris.
Oh, I did. Holy cow.
I have no idea how many times I've done that this year. And here's an end around that is Lacy. Oh, man, but they yank him down after he gained just a yard around the right side to the 45-yard line.
Carson Bruder made the stop.
Kariski and Duke Watson both kind of missed the block out there. Kariski tried to chip. He didn't get it, and then Watson kind of got overtaken there by the defender.
2nd down and 8 for the Cardinals at the Washington 43-yard line. Bailey waits with a wide out to the left. 3 bunched together on the right with the tight end. He's looking. Bailey still looking. Throws a long one down the sideline, but it's too far and incomplete down at about the 5-yard line. Wanted to get it to Lacy. Pretty well covered, but the ball was overthrown, and it'll be 3rd down for the Cards.
And actually, a good job of Harrison Bailey there of waiting. I liked what he did. He's just got to throw a better ball. If he throws a better ball there, it's a touchdown. But he stood in the pocket, had a little pressure coming from his backside. He saw it, stepped over, kind of clutched, went down the field. Just got to make a better pass.
3rd and 8 for the Cardinals, 7-7 in the first quarter. Louisville spreads the field with receivers just about from sideline to sideline. And Bailey back to throw, airs it out just like before, and again too far inside the 5-yard line. Bell was the target that time.
Yeah, that was a Chris Bell play no matter what. They were going for Chris Bell there. All he did was step back, take 2 steps back, and throw it down the field. And Chris Bell is fast, but boy, not that fast. He really got something on those last 2 passes.
So here comes Hodges with his 3rd punt of the day. His first 2 have not gotten very far off the ground and got to the returner in a hurry, but they fair caught each one. Let's see if he considers returning this one. Boston has had some room to put together a return in the previous 2, and here comes this punt. This is a high end-over-end punt, and he'll let it hit the ground at the 5, and it's going to be down by Louisville inside the 5-yard line. Got it down there at the 2.
Can't tell who that was.
I can't either. It's a 40s number, I think.
Yeah, it is. He won't turn our way.
But nice play. Louisville had it well covered, so Washington backed up inside its own 5-yard line. It was a 41-yard punt and no return. So Washington in a 7-7 game has a long way to go, backed up inside its own 5, but they scored on a 40-yard touchdown pass the last time they had the ball. You ever figure out who it was? I thought it might have been King.
It was Chris Hughes.
It's Hughes.
Yeah, it was Chris Hughes. Nice catch at the 2-yard line.
Yes, Hughes and King, 2 reserve receivers that we see some, and I thought it might have been one of those. So here's Damon Williams. Takes a step in the end zone, hands off to Coleman, little stutter step, bounces off a hit, but they come with more. They knock him down finally at the 7-yard line. He took some punishment there before a hard-earned gain of just a couple of yards.
Yeah, Watts missed the tackle, and then it was Hutchinson, D'Angelo Hutchinson in there for the first time on this series. It is Ramon Mosby. He is a true freshman from Atlanta Westlake High School, Paul. Played in 4 games throughout the season, but really only on special teams. He's in there for Nicholson at the corner.
2nd down and 7. Here's the snap and the handoff, and Coleman grabbed and spun around and shoved backwards. Close to a face mask, I thought, but I think the hand went actually over the top of the helmet.
Yeah, it was Congo. His big mitt reaching out there, and I thought he might have got the face mask, but I think he just grabbed the front part of the the side of the helmet. Nice job by Conga there. And had an Elijah Green in there.
3rd down and 5.
Good to see Green out there making plays. He went in the portal, or was going to go in the portal, and decided not to.
Mosby and Thornton the corners. Mosby is on the defensive right. Here's the snap. It's going to be a throw. No, it's going to be a run. And he's hemmed in, and down he goes. Well played by Louisville on that series. Washington backed up and never made up any ground, and now they're going to have to punt from deep in their own territory. And remember, Louisville had 6 block kicks this season. I don't know if they want to try and come after this or just try and get some good field position.
Your guy, Ramon, he's just... Ramon Purrier and Rene Conga kind of blew up that play because the quarterback was looked up. It was going to be a screen. He's like, there's 2 guys literally right in his face. And Ramon Purrier just did a little spin move there, and he's playing in the Ashton Gelati spot.
Purrier playing in a school record 67th game today. Here's the snap, and Louisville does get a pretty good rush. Oh, but he got it out of there. That's a hanging punt. Very nice. And caught at the 42 by Lacy, and grabbed, but pulls away at the 50. Lacy up ahead to the 40, inside the 35, and down to about the 32-yard line. So a nice return of the punt by Colin Lacy. A 49-yard punt, but he brought it back 26 yards. So the Cards in a 7-7 game with terrific field position here late in the first quarter.
Well, first of all, they almost blocked it. TJ Capers, I believe that's who it was, that got his hand up there and almost blocked it. If he had still had that cast from early in the year on his hand, I think he would have. But Colin Lacy, that was just all mano and mano there. He broke 2 tackles and got the 26-yard return.
See if the Cards can take advantage of this field position. Brown is the running back behind Bailey. Wide side is to the left, but nobody really filling that space. 2 receivers tucked in fairly tight to the left. Bailey steps toward the line, alters the play call perhaps, turn back to Brown briefly. And now Bailey will give it to Brown, starts middle, works it back a little bit to the left, and just was able to cross the 30 for a gain of about 2.
Yeah, Duke looks a little more jazzed up to be in this game than Isaac. I'm not saying Isaac looks bad because, but Duke just had that burst. And Isaac, when he got that hole there, it wasn't much, but when he did, he's just a little, not all the way where he was during the regular season.
Hudson had that 1 carry for 14 yards. 2nd down and 8. Now they spread the field more with the formation. As Bailey waits for the snap, he's going to give it off, and there's a little running room, but couldn't quite pull away. Brown just inside the 30, down to about the 27 for a short game. I know he's been nursing a bit of an injury. I'm not clear exactly what it is, but he doesn't quite look to have his pizzazz today.
He doesn't, and if you remember back, it was the Stanford game when that injury began. Then he was fine those last 2 games, but I think it got kind of re-aggravated in the Kentucky game, and I'm not sure what it is, but he just doesn't look like himself.
Career high 178 yards in that UK game. 3rd down and 5, and he gets it again. There's a gap for Brown. 20, turns to the 10. Brown to the 5. They pull him down just before he gets to the goal line. He must have hurt us because that looked like Isaac Brown then.
He just looked up here in motion and gave us some really bad gesture. No, I'm just kidding. But, boy, he looked like Isaac right there. But
shot out of a gun.
Honestly, Paul, when he got down, he did make a cut, and you see maybe not quite all the way there, but boy, getting through that hole, what a job there by the center, Pete Nigra, and Austin Collins, the right guard.
24-yard sprint there by Brown, giving him a 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. High backfield. Martin, the blocking fullback. There's the handoff to Brown, but he's going to be wrestled down. Good play. They got the pressure on him, and he could not escape the rush of Mikel Esteen, the safety, who filled the gap there and brought Isaac Brown down.
All right, so Louisville bringing an extra lineman in. It'll be Monroe Mills as they bring Mills in as an extra lineman here.
2nd and goal for the Cards. Just inside the 5. Hicks is split way out to the left, and now Louisville's got some confusion in the alignment, and they're going to have to spend a timeout. I believe they brought in the extra big package.
Offense, number 70.
Trevante Sylvester, and that's what you do when you bring in an extra lineman, and they're out of configuration, their normal configuration today anyway, because Monroe Mills is not out there. Sylvester started the left tackle. He went to the wrong side on that one. Once you're set down in your 3 points in your stance as an offensive lineman, you can't move.
So that moves them back to just inside the 10-yard line. Second and goal for the Cards. 2 receivers out to the left. Lacy motions out to the right. Empty backfield as Bailey brings in the snap. Bailey throws at the 5-yard line. It is caught. Bounces off a hit. Fights for more, and he got there. Touchdown, Cardinals. Lacy, I believe.
Yes, it was.
Well, he fought with everything he had for that one, and the Cards go on top late in the first quarter.
And I'll tell you what, Paul, it's great for today, but we said, talking about what this bowl game means, what it means to me is Colin Lacy's going to be around another year. And I really like that after what we saw on the punt return and on that play right there. Just a big-time effort for Colin Lacy.
Lacy played 4 games, got a late start because of a preseason injury, that after those 4 decided to redshirt, but now, of course, you could play the bowl game and with it not counting against your eligibility, so he's making the most of it. Extra point attempt is drilled through, and the Cards go on top with a 5-play, 32-yard drive to go on top 13-7.
And you and I were talking about this this week. He redshirted. His last game was Miami or Boston College, so it was it's a month or so, about a month and a half where he didn't practice. He redshirted at that point. He wasn't sure if he was coming back to Louisville or going to enter the transfer portal or go pro or do whatever. He wasn't out there with them. So you're talking about a guy that we've seen what he's done here so far with only 13 practices is what they got in, I guess.
I only knew he was around because I saw his car in the parking lot as the days went on. By the way, that 32-yard drive was because Lacy put together a good punt return to put him in that good field position, so he started it and finished it with the touchdown. 14-7 with 27 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, and like I said, just a really good one. They did take another timeout here. I guess every
CBS must use a lot of timeouts.
CBS is going to take a timeout on every one of them, I think. So I just I like what you talk about fight, and you and I were talking about it. We didn't know. We both thought last year that Louisville was ready to play and going to have a good effort and give it a good effort against USC. And boy, were we wrong on that one. I've kind of thought the same thing this week. They've prepared well. They say the right things. They act the right way. But, I was talking to one of the coaches last night, and they're like, you know what, honestly, any team in America that's playing in a bowl game that's not a CFB game, you don't know till you walk out there if your guys really, really want to be there.
Louisville set to kick off. Bailey now 4 of 8 for 21 yards and that touchdown. And Colin Lacy, 3 receptions for 17 yards and a touchdown. Louisville set to kick it off with 27 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Looks like it's been a long quarter.
Yeah, helped along by 5 commercial breaks?
I think it's not because of the play.
You said this game would be fast. Here's the Louisville kickoff, and this is not too deep, and it's going to be caught at the 3-yard line. He runs up to the 10, gets to the 15, fights for a little more out past the 20 into about the 30-yard line on a nice run back by Jonah Coleman, the running back, taking it out for about a 30-yard return.
And that's one thing there I don't think we have talked about a whole lot, but when you have a lot of guys in the transfer portal, on special teams, you're missing guys like Aaron Williams and Ben Perry and, guys that normally would be out there on the kickoff. So there's a lot of new guys, so special teams are big here today. You got to do your part on that special teams.
First and 10 of the 28-yard line for Washington. Here's the snap. Louisville puts some pressure on him. He escapes it. This is where he's dangerous, but he's caught from behind out past the 30-yard line. I believe that was Logan that was able to get a hand on his ankle and bring him down. He had retreated so deep in the pocket that the gain wasn't really as much as it seemed. It turned out to be only about a 5-yard gain.
That's what it's weird to me. He does. He gets really deep on all passing, running, no matter what. He is really getting deep back in the pocket, and Louisville with some good pressure there as we end the first quarter.
14-7. Louisville leads after 1. We'll be back to El Paso. This is Louisville Cardinals football from Learfield.
On the journey to quality, affordable health coverage, Connect can lead every Kentuckian to a world of great options, including low-cost and even no-cost plans. And with open enrollment ending on January 15th, you should get moving now. Whether you're continuing coverage or getting started, visit connect.ky.gov today, because it's the easiest path to a healthier life for you and your family.
Barbasol Shaving Cream. Feeling great starts with a great shave, and a great shave starts with Barbasol's thick and rich moisturizing lather. Start your day off right with Barbasol. This is Louisville Cardinals football from Learfield.
502 Circle is thrilled to be the official NIL collective of the Louisville Cardinals, now a proud official partner of UFL Athletics. 502 Circle is ensuring that UFL student athletes are benefiting from the name, image, and likeness opportunities now available in college athletics. Visit 502circle.com today to find out how you can be at the forefront of supporting UFL student athletes through NIL. Become a member of 502 Circle today. Join the circle. Go Cards!
At R&B Roofing and Remodeling, we're proud supporters of our community. That's why we're thrilled to sponsor the University of Louisville football team's community service program, helping make a positive impact right here at home. Whether you're looking to revamp your living space or protect your home with a rock-solid roof, R&B has you covered. Don't settle for less when you can choose the best. Visit GottaBeRnB.com today and experience the top-notch craftsmanship that sets us apart. Get ready to score big with R&B Roofing and Remodeling.
It's gotta be RNB.com.
Welcome back to El Paso. Paul Rogers with Jody Demling. We played a quarter, and Louisville has a 14-7 lead over Washington. Here's a recap brought to you by Clark & Riggs, the leader in print solutions and more to drive business. Learn more at morethanaprinter.com. Louisville scored on a pass interception early in the game. A return by Nicholson put them up 7-0. Washington came back with a long touchdown pass, and then Louisville put together a touchdown late in the quarter to go on top 14-7. Bailey has completed 4 of 8 throws for 21 yards and a touchdown. Brown has rushed 3 times for 34 yards. Lacy had a good punt return to set up a touchdown reception, a 4-yard catch by Lacy for the score. Williams has completed 2 of 4 for 52 yards for Washington, with Coleman, their leading rusher, 1,000 yards on the year, 4 carries for 12 yards. And there is, we normally give scores between quarters, and there's a game of interest in progress, Jody.
Yeah, it's 19-10 as Alabama driving, but down 19-10 to Michigan, and that's the ReliaQuest Bowl. I think that's is that in Tampa, I believe?
I
believe it's in Tampa.
Straight. By the way, Lacy, let me correct, he had 3 catches for 17 yards and the touchdown there that put Louisville on top 14-7.
Still no Taz Nicholson back out there for Louisville. Ramon Mosby now at corner. It's one of those spots you just don't have anybody else. His backup now is Jaden Minkins, who's a walk-on, and his backup is Destin Cheers, who's a walk-on. By the way, speaking of backups, we were going through the roster, and I was asking about some guys, and I said, who is Antonio Watts' backup? And they said, well, he's very well known, and he makes a lot of tackles. It's Antonio Watts.
Yes.
And I was like, well, okay.
So if he goes out, I guess they're going to play with 10.
And they remember, he played every play in the 102 plays against Clemson.
2nd down and 3 for Washington from their own 37-yard line. Moving to the left in this quarter. Here's a handoff to the backup running back, and Louisville pulls him down after just a 1-yard gain, so short of the first down on the first carry from Adam Muhammad. He's a freshman running back who they have some really high expectations for down the road.
And Paul, this is right at our line. Like, we're literally, I was on that play, was almost directly right in front of us, and the push that the Louisville line is getting is pretty good so far. The defensive line really dominating. Actually, TJ Quinn missed that tackle. He should have had that tackle maybe a yard or 2 behind.
3rd down and 2, but an empty backfield, so it appeared to be a pass or maybe a quarterback run as he retreats, looks, Now slips ahead. Now runs out to the right and does have the first down at the 40. Sprints to the 45 and out of bounds short of the 50-yard line. That's where he's just so dangerous. Williams is so fast, and Louisville was unable to contain him.
Yeah, Louisville wanted a hold out there on Logan, and probably was, but no flags so far. Well, I think one flag on each, a 5-yard penalty on each in the first period, so pretty clean. And you just can't let Williams get out there that easy.
Louisville leading 14-7 early in the second quarter. 1st and 10 at the Washington 47-yard line. Receiver motions right. Here's a play fake. Now he's drifting in the pocket. Now running to the left. Keeps it to the 45 and out before he gets to the 50-yard line. Hutchinson was closing in on him and wisely pulled up. So that went for win again, pretty much nothing. You think he's running forward a long way, but as we said, he gives up so much ground. He's got to go a long way to get back to net zero.
And I thought he evidently stepped out of bounds. So I thought he was a yard or two further than what he got there, but he didn't get nothing there.
Second down and 10. He was sacked 10 times in the Oregon game, and they have been sack prone, giving up 34 sacks this year. Here's Williams with the back next to him, Muhammad, and he takes the snap. Pocket closing in around him and dumped at the 41-yard line. That was Puryear that got to him.
He's playing that Ashton Gelati spot and just manhandled his guy, bull rushed him, and came at him. Louisville had 3 guys that I thought had a chance to get that sack, and finally Puryear brings him down. Williams does a good job of kind of eluding guys, but could not get away from Puryear there.
So now it's going to be 3rd and 16. Again, an empty backfield for Williams. The most hurtful thing that comes out of this frequently is when he ends up running the football. He's back to throw now. Does get a man out in the flat. That's caught by the tight end. Dodges one tackle and another, and can't get away from the third as he crosses the 50-yard line and knocked down at the 48 in Louisville territory. But it will be 4th down for the Huskies, and Louisville will get the ball back with a 14-7 lead early in the second quarter.
Antonio Watts is so good at what he does in that Leo outside line, whatever that position, safety. But that's the 2nd or 3rd time today that he's missed a tackle, and that would have been for just like a 3-yard gain. He did a great job of reading that play and just missed the tackle.
Lacy back to return. Grady Gross, Jack McAllister's punt.
Louisville had 12 men. They just barely ran someone off of there.
And here comes the kick. He kicks another one very high, but over to the side, and this is not going to be a very long kick at all. See where they mark this.
Whoa.
They are really stepping it off back toward the line of scrimmage. It's going to be only about a 21-yard punt, it looks like.
21-yard kick.
So the Cards are going to get the ball back with a 14-7 lead. We have 11:39 to play in the second quarter.
And guess what? Another break.
Yeah.
It's the CBS breaks, I guess.
We'll be back with more from the Sun Bowl in El Paso. This is Cardinal football from Learfield.
Today we have 2 very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right. Oh, I like it. So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip. Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
When you build a new home, you have a lot of choices to make. There's the driveway, the doors, floors, foundation, roof, siding, windows, countertops, cabinets, closets, hardware, heating and air, lighting, insulation, switches, septic systems, sinks, outlets, patio, paint, appliances, faucets, fixtures. Like I said, it's a lot. But there's one decision that's easier than the rest. Let Stockton Mortgage handle your new construction loan. Our experts will guide you home.
Stockton Mortgage, NMLS 8259, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, Equal Housing Lender.
Having the right insurance coverage can be a game changer. Find an agent at shelterinsurance.com for your auto, home, and life insurance. Paul Rogers and Jody Demling here in El Paso, and a typical El Paso late December day. Bright sunny skies, temperatures in the mid-60s. Louisville has a 14-7 lead over Washington. Jody, Ramon Puryear is just one of those great stories that you don't hear enough of anymore. A guy who still got his career I'll let you take it from there. We'll have a coughing fit.
Yeah, I got it. I mean, his career has just been fantastic at Louisville. He started off as a walk-on and decided, like, hey, guys, guess what? You're going to have to give me a scholarship at some point. And I'll never forget talking to Scott Satterfield about Ramon Puryear after the the COVID season, and he said, you know what? Like, we're not going to be able to keep this guy off the field, and they haven't been, and he's now played in a school record a number of games. This is his 67th, correct?
That's right. That's what all us Eastern guys do.
They just continue to go.
You know, you mentioned, well, we'll get to it in a minute, but he's played all three defensive line positions pretty much today, and we talked about that a little bit on a pregame interview with him about how he would probably be doing that.
He is the Ashton Gelati of this defense today.
1st and 10 Cards from their own 28. Harrison Bailey has been the quarterback today for Louisville. Has thrown a touchdown pass. This will be a fake handoff and a throw to the sideline, incomplete, wide of his intended target, Hicks, with some pretty tight coverage on him out there by the corner, Thaddeus Dixon. He leads them with 10 pass breakups.
I just want to see Blue Hicks get a ball down the field. I want to see Blue Hicks make something happen. I've seen it so many times in practice. It's like this kid is electric when he gets the ball in his hand. That time, that would have been a tough catch.
Redmond shifts over to the left as the tight end, split out a bit, 2 receivers to the right as well. Here's the handoff, and that is Watson. He charges ahead, and they stand him up and stop him, but he got a decent little gain out of it of close to 5 yards. It'll be 3rd down.
Even when he doesn't have much there, he gets 5 yards out of it. Not a whole lot there. A little push from Renato Brown at the end. Duke Watson
just runs so hard. 3rd down and 5 for the Cards. Louisville's just 1 of 4 on their 3rd downs. Washington only 1 of 5.
Brown in for Watson now.
2 receivers to the right. Lacy's in the slot inside of Bell. Brown is the back to the left of Bailey on 3rd down and 5. And Harrison Bailey drops to throw. Over the middle, has his man, and gets the 1st down to the 40-yard line. Strong move ahead to reach the mark by Bell. 1st and 10 at the 40.
Chris Bell did a very nice job. He ran the route, and when he did, just kind of a little crossing route, he ran past the sticks 2 yards like you're supposed to, but he had to come back and catch the ball, so he caught it 3 yards short and then had to work his way back. So a nice job of knowing where he was on the field.
1st and 10 at the 40 of the Cardinals, who lead 14-7 with just over 10 minutes to play in the 2nd quarter. Again, 2 receivers to the right. Bell is the slot inside of Lacy, just like before. This will be a fake handoff and a throw out here to Bell. Wrapped up, though, right after he catches it at the 45. That'll be a 5-yard gain. It scares me a little with that ball floating out there with the defenders closing in on the receiver. But
you can tell he's got good arm strength, Harrison Bailey does, but I'm just so used to that ball getting there in a hurry from Tyler Shuck.
Yeah, it's not quite the Tyler Shuck speed ball. Here's a handoff again. A little shift back and forth, and just a short gain that time on the carry. It was Brown, and only got a yard out of that.
Now
so it's going to be 3rd and 4 for Louisville. Now Watson comes in as Brown heads back to the sideline.
Same line up front. I'm interested in that. Monroe Mills we talked to him in pregame, and he's just been so hurt by both knees, really.
Hicks, the widest receiver, out to the left. That's the wide side with the ball on the right hash. Now Redmond motions over that way. Here's the handoff, and Watson twists ahead and hit right at the 50-yard line, which is what he needed. But I think they're going to spot this a little bit short, and if they do, I would not at all be surprised to see Coach Brown go for this.
Oh man, that ball! He kind of hit the ball out there, and they're going to definitely go for it.
Louisville is 8 for 20 on 4th downs this year. Washington has allowed 12 of 21, so a lot of attempts against the Huskies. It's 4th and less than 1 from just short of the 50-yard line from Louisville, who leads 14-7 with 8.5 minutes to play in the 2nd quarter. 1 wide receiver is Bell to the left. Here's the snap. There's the handoff, and they nailed him, but he fell right on the 50. But it looks like they're going to spot this short. I thought he might have got the 50-yard line, but the initial spot looks to me like it's going to be barely short. might be worth a measurement.
Nope. It's going to be first down, Washington.
Early on the field. It's running short of the line of the game.
Washington has held. At least that's the initial call. They're waving for an official's timeout. They're going to measure.
They're going to
review it.
Yeah, they've given Washington the ball, but they're going to review it here. It's a tough one to see, Paul. But when
where the ball is resting right now, it's not quite touching the 50, and where the downs marker is right on the 50. So I think this is probably going to hold. The booth that we are in is not normally a broadcast booth. It's actually the athletic director's suite. And there is no TV monitor in here. Surely the AD gets a TV, doesn't he? Don't you think, during games?
I'm watching on my laptop, looking at a review, and it's going to be tough. I just don't think they're going to be able to overturn with the angles that they have.
On the field has been confirmed.
Yeah.
Running short of the line of the game. First down, Washington.
Man, that's a tough one there. I think you do have to go for it there. I don't blame Jeff Brown for going for it there. I think you got to try to do it, but that's a tough one.
Kind of feel like you can get a yard. Guess what? Folks are going to spend a timeout. 14-7 Louisville, 8:17 to go in the second quarter, and we'll be back for more. This is Cardinal football from Learfield.
Zaxby's Sensation Salad is so much more than a plain old salad. It's a salad, which begs the question, at what point does a salad stop being a salad and become a salad? Is it when you add Zaxby's fried chicken to it? Crunchy wontons? Asian slaw? Citrus vinaigrette? Teriyaki glaze? Sweet and spicy sauce? Or is it when you top it all with a handmade perfectly fried egg roll? Without a doubt, the egg roll. The Sensation Salad, only at Zaxby's.
Hey, Card fans, attorney Sam Aguiar here, proud partner of U of L Athletics and ESPN Radio Louisville. Car wrecks can be a nightmare, and insurance companies are just going to make it worse. But when you're part of our team, we take care of those hassles so you can focus on getting better. We've helped thousands of Card fans get life-changing results on their claims, and it would be an honor to work for you too. So if you've been hurting a car, give us a call at 502-888-8888 or check us out online at demandsam.com. And go Cards!
Louisville Cardinals playing in their second ever Sun Bowl, and with 8:17 to play in the second quarter, they lead 14-7. There's good news and bad news. The good news is Louisville is winning. The bad news is the Cards just failed on a fourth down opportunity at the 50-yard line. The good news is Louisville scored first on a Nicholson touchdown interception return. The bad news is we aren't going to see him anymore today.
Yeah, he's out for the remainder of the game. Like I said, I thought it looked like when he, on the touchdown pass by Washington, it looked like he banged his head pretty hard to me. I don't know that that's what it is, but that's what they were looking at, his upper body, and he is out for the remainder of the game. So Ramon Mosby gets some work here for the true freshman.
Yeah, Nicholson was not injured on his touchdown. He was injured on the Washington touchdown when he was defending in the end zone and took a hard fall. As you said, we don't know for sure, but it looked like he hit the ground pretty hard and down in that end zone.
To go back to Louisville on offense, I do like going. I don't mind going for it at midfield right there with the way the defense has played, leading 14-7. Like we said, it's a bowl game. You take a little more chances, I think. I do think they probably got a tough spot. There was no way they could overturn that with the angles. You just never saw the ball in any of the angles. But I'm going back, and I've been told by a couple people who texted me that the play before that on third down is one maybe that they should have looked at the spot. Was a little short, was a little further ahead.
So Washington 1st and 10 at the 50. Tight end Latu starts out to the right and stops. Here's Williams rolling right now, looking downfield, going to air out another deep ball, wide open at the 10, and that's hauled in for the easiest of touchdowns by Giles Jackson. Boy, his long ball is an on-target throw. We've seen that twice, but it's not that hard to do when a man is that wide open.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. We'll have to see. I mean, there's nobody within 25 yards of him. The corner goes with the post guy, and I don't know where the safety ended up on that. I just don't know what the defensive guys were doing.
So after Louisville fails on 4th and 1, they respond with a 49-yard touchdown on the next play. And Extra point pending. Could be a tie game.
I think Tramel Logan was the guy closest to him, which is not saying
not
a whole
very
lot.
close. Not in the picture. And the point after try is good. And their kicker, Grady Gross, like Brock Travelstead, has not missed an extra point all year. So that makes it 14-14, 8:10 to play. And we will take another commercial break. Thank you, CBS. We'll be right back. This is Cardinal Football from Learfield.
Honda's biggest event is back. Happy Honda Days are here with our best savings of the year. All remaining 24s must go. Save thousands with 1.9% financing. Award-winning Honda cars, SUVs, trucks, vans, hybrids, and EVs are all in stock, like the 2024 Honda Accord, now with low 1.9% APR financing. Do not miss it. To have Happy Honda Days, search your local Honda dealer. See dealer for financing details for well-qualified buyers. Offer ends 1/2/25.
Hey there, Cardinals fans. Your home deserves top-tier care and attention. That's why you can count on Southern Roofing and Renovations, your trusted local roofing expert. From the moment they arrive to the final inspection, Southern Roofing provides a guided experience from start to finish. Whether it's a quick repair or a full roof replacement, they've got you covered with the dedication and quality you can rely on. Visit SouthernRNR.com and see the Southern difference for yourself.
8:10 to play in the second quarter at the Sun Bowl. It is a 14-14 game between Louisville and Washington. As you've probably heard multiple times by now, Louisville played in this game once before. It was way back on New Year's Day in 1958 when they won 34-20 over Drake. That was Louisville's first bowl game ever. Washington has been here relatively frequently. They are 1-3 in this game. So this is their fifth appearance. The last time they were here was in 2002 when they lost to Purdue 34-24. So Washington has scored on 2 long touchdown passes today by their freshman quarterback, Damon Williams. He has completed 4 of 6 throws for 110 yards, a 40-yard touchdown and a 49-yard touchdown. He did suffer an interception that was run back for a touchdown by Louisville on their first possession of the game. That touchdown was by Tavion Nicholson of the Tavion Nicholson of the Cards, who was later injured and is out for the rest of the game. So Louisville very thin at corner already, and is even more so now.
And I thought Ramon Mosby, the guy, the true freshman out there, I thought, okay, you give him one, he probably made a mistake there on that coverage. Well, it wasn't him, it was Corey Thornton, as the guy on Thornton's side over here on the left side, on Louisville's right side, kind of ran a crossing pattern. Thornton went with him, and the guy cut right behind him, and nobody went with him. He was just wide open. This will probably be in the end zone like the other ones.
I was looking at, I can't tell for sure if that's Lacy or Bell back. I think it must be Lacy. They both are back sometimes, and this kick will go right to the goal line, and he is going to run it out. He's to the 5. He angles to the 10, gets a little more past the 20. It is Bell continuing to fight for more, and finally they pull him down at the 20-yard line.
I still don't love it. No. He's going backwards, going into the end zone. That's why, Chris Bell's not the normal return guy back there. He's not a guy you really.
He's usually the up man on the return.
Well, yeah, and they were both back there, and he was just deeper. Again, you only lose 4 yards. I just don't like to take that chance. Plus, he's probably not one that's going to break one big like that down the field.
First and 10 of the 21-yard line for Louisville. Moving to the right. Going to the south end zone here on bright sunshine. Here is a handoff. There goes Brown. Runs left, outside to the 30. Gets a block, gets a little more to the 40, and runs out of bounds just past the 45-yard line.
Isaac Brown, the ball carrier.
Good blocking to clear the way initially, and a little more to get him some additional yardage.
That was Antonio Meeks out there, as Chris Barclay, he was over there on the sideline, giving him a high five and a pat on the back. Made a nice block out there, and Mark Redmond also a good block on the outside.
26-yard pickup. First and 10. And here is the handoff again. Good cut back toward the middle when he started right and gets to just the 50-yard line for about a 3-yard gain on that one by Brown.
That's where he's so good right there. And, again, Washington doing a good job of stopping him on that play for only a 3-yard gain, but it's that cutback. That's where he does so good.
Everybody knows
there's beach balls on the other side. I keep thinking it's a flag coming out because it was literally right in the play that time.
Cards have it at the 49-yard line. Snap to Bailey. Back to throw, drifting, looking, still drifting. Now just lets it go out of bounds, smartly so. Bring up 2nd down and 10. Everybody knows about Isaac Brown's freshman record, 1,074 rushing yards, but realize in terms of number of catches, he's actually the 3rd leading receiver for Louisville this year. Came in with 30 receptions for 152 yards and a touchdown.
He really had something going well with Tyler Shuck, and Tyler was very confident and comfortable. I remember back to the catch in the Notre Dame game, and I think that's kind of where it started. He hadn't done a ton in the first couple games, but he made that first touchdown catch. It was a ridiculous catch in the end zone, and he just got really comfortable with him after that. Shuck did.
Correction, it's a 3rd and 7 from the 49. 3 receivers bunched to the right. Here's Bailey under pressure, so he lets it go over the middle and has his tight end and a first down inside the 35-yard line as it went to Redmond, and the Cards pick up the first down.
That's a really nice job by Harrison Bailey. That's a veteran play. A guy coming at him, he took a hit. He hadn't taken many hits, one of the first ones, and that was a big hit there as he released it, but he hung in there and saw Redmond open there.
Yeah, he got it away barely in time, as you said. Maybe not a lot of playing time recently, but he has played a fair amount over the years. 1st and 10 inside the 35 for the Cardinals. Wide out each way. There's a handoff to Duke Watson. He darts ahead and gets about 4 yards to the 31.
Every time he has the ball, you just think he's going to break through there. He's got a Washington guy down.
Yeah, player a little slowed up for the Huskies. That's Isaiah Ward, their defensive end, who leads them in tackles for loss this year. He's had 3 of those sacks. And he's being tended to now. He got up and then he kind of squatted back down, and he is standing now as the training staff looks him over. It's going to be 2nd down and 8 for Louisville at the 31. Cardinals and Washington tied at 14 with 5:55 left in the second quarter of the Sun Bowl.
Yeah, Isaiah Ward making his way off. Looked like maybe wind knocked out of him, or kind of just standing there. So I think he'll come back in.
So it's 2nd down and 7 for the Cards. Meeks is the receiver way out wide to the left. There are 2 to the right. Bailey has the back deep behind him. They jump defensively but get back okay. It was Lynch who looked a little eager to come. Deep in the play clock. Bailey gets it now. Turns and hands. Brown darts ahead. Crosses the 30 and down to about the 28-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and just under 5 for the Cards.
Louisville still going with that same offensive line, and those guys doing a pretty nice job. They're getting 3-4 yards a chunk on these plays, and Bailey's had some time. Mendoza's played every snap of this one after he's been the guy that's kind of been rotating the last 5 or 6 games of the year.
3rd down and a long 4 for the Cards. Brown is the back next to Bailey. 3 receivers out to the right side. Tight end is on the left. And Bailey retreats in the pocket. Looking, throwing here, has an open man. Gathered in at the 5 and into the end zone for a touchdown. That went to Antonio Meeks.
Wow, Antonio Meeks ran a great route. Started on the opposite side and had one-on-one coverage. Just came around, and Harrison Bailey just put it right on the pylon. That is a great route and a great throw for Antonio Meeks. Just his 3rd catch of the year, Paul. His first catch since the Austin Peay game. That was a long time ago.
28-yard touchdown pass. Ephesians Prysock had the coverage and was pretty close. He was wide open when the ball first got that way. Prysock made up the ground, but Meeks was still able to secure it for a terrific catch. So Harrison Bailey gets another touchdown pass, and the extra point is good. And the Cards are going on top by a score of 21-14. So Bailey has now thrown 2 touchdowns, completing 8 of his 14 throws. We'll take a timeout. 21-14. The Cards lead it. We have used, I know, our obligatory 3, but we will throw in a bonus break for you here against Stations. We'll be right back to El Paso. This is Cardinal football from Learfield.
Toyota of Louisville, call your law firm, and Louisville MSD are proud to partner with your Louisville Cardinals football team this year to raise money for local Louisville charities through the Cardinal Points for a Purpose program. Each partner will donate $10 to their selected Louisville charity for every point scored by the football team. Toyota of Louisville, call your law firm, Louisville MSD, and the Cardinal Points for a Purpose program. Give back 1 point at a time.
Whoa, 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 Dave. Before you use that post hole digger, where's your gas line? And where's your wallet? Because you hit a gas line and it's going to cost you. Not to mention that it's also very dangerous. Okay, now, where's your phone? Good. Call 811 before you dig. 1 call, and you'll know where to dig every time. So call 811. No problems, no accident, no fines. Oh, and it's the law.
Paul Rogers and Jody Demling at the Sun Bowl, where Louisville has taken a 21-14 lead over Washington with 4:34 to play. That was Louisville's best sustained drive of the day, 7 plays and 79 yards. And Jody, we all hate it when you play a bowl game without your full complement of players that have gotten you through the year. But on the other hand, isn't it great to see guys who get an opportunity to stand up and make the best of it? Harrison Bailey's thrown 2 touchdowns. Antonio Meeks gets a touchdown catch there.
Yeah, I mean, you've got guys that just step up and make plays, and that's what you got to do. And a great pass there from Harrison Bailey. He just dropped it in, but a really nice catch from Meeks. This is Keller.
Here is the kickoff, and this will go to the corner of the end zone and not be returned.
Yeah,
so that'll come out to the 25. So
that was Nick Keller.
We usually see Keller after Travelstead kicks off for a while. He had the first few, and now Keller on that one. Travelstead, by the way, has
not cut his
field
beard
goals 3 times, and he won't cut his beard till he misses another one. And I'm going to tell you this without jinxing him, that he's made 9 in a row. I'm telling you that because we were talking about it yesterday, and he said, no, put it out there. I'm fine with it.
And you can tell him that right now because Washington's got the ball. So it's like the jinx doesn't matter when we don't have the ball.
Cards up 21-14. 1st and 10 from the 25 for the Huskies. Immediate pressure, but he gets rid of it on a quick throw. Has mounted here near the 30, dodges 1 tackle, and then brought down at the 32-yard line on the completion for Washington to Giles Jackson. His 74 receptions, most on the team. They went for 732 yards. Boston had 60 catches. They went for 807 yards and 9 touchdowns.
I was going to say, it looked Boston had 10 more catches or 9 more catches with a lot of fewer catches, but a lot more yards. But today it's been Giles Jackson.
2nd down and 3, and here's the give. To almost the 50-yard line. Best run we've seen by the 1,000-yard rusher today, Jonah Coleman, who transferred in from Arizona with the coach, Jed Fish.
And a nice job there at the line of scrimmage. Some pushing and shoving I was watching as lucky there Washington was is a punch thrown there by Boston right at Corey Thornton, but they no flags as the referees separate them. But that's really the first non-quarterback run that they've had that's gone for anything really today. Louisville's done a nice job in the run game, but that time on the right side of the Louisville defense, Tramel Logan getting blocked down.
14-yard pickup by Coleman. Here is the snap. He's rolling out to the right, and he fires, and a diving grab. I think he held it. There's a flag down after the catch inside the 40-yard line. It went to Boston, but the
offensive pass interference.
Is that what you think it's going to be?
I think it is. And it's Ramon Mosby out there making on the coverage.
Pass interference. Offense number 6.
Yeah.
15-yard penalty. 1st down.
Good eye, Jody.
It was actually Hunter. It wasn't.
Yes.
It was actually Jeremiah Hunter who it was, but just pushed off.
Hunter is sort of the third guy in their receiving rotation. And
that's a 15 one, right?
Yes. So they had
I always forget that.
It's going to knock it all the way back to the 31-yard line.
I like what Louisville's done in the last couple series after that one long run on the quarterback. They do. It's not really a spy, but Stanquan Clark, when he is in pressure, he is kind of staying in front of the quarterback. So they've changed it up a little bit.
1st and 25. Here's a play fake pressure. He dodges it. Throws downfield. Open man caught at the 50-yard line. This is the tight end inside the 40 and down to the 35-yard line. DeGraff made the grab. The freshman tight end with his 15th catch this year. So Louisville came close, and they wind up with a big gain through the air.
Yeah, you got to get that. And another bust downfield in coverage. Corey Thornton and Tamarian McDonald looking at each other like, that was your guy? No, that was your guy. Somebody's got to take that guy. Nobody did, and it's just wide open.
So after the penalty, they answer with a big gain of 34 yards. 1st and 10 at the 35 of Louisville, with the Cards leading Washington 21-14 late in the second quarter. Here's a pitch. This is Coleman. He's going to throw back. This is back to the quarterback. He's going to throw it downfield, down the sideline, and he is twisted out of bounds at the 25-yard line. A little razzle-dazzle. Ends up with a catch by Jackson. And now we've got a scuffle breaking out on the sideline, the cackle in the Washington bench area. I have not seen any flags thrown yet. They're pushing Hutchinson away.
Hutchinson got pushed big time on in the sideline, but I don't think they're going to throw a flag.
It went for 11 yards.
It was a lot, and Louisville actually almost could have intercepted the pass coming back to the quarterback, but didn't see it. And then, quite honestly, Thornton didn't play the down the field pass. It was just an open guy, and right when he caught it, he got tackled.
So no flags thrown. It will be 1st and 10 at the 25 of Louisville. Less than 2 minutes to play, and this is, in fact, the 2-minute warning. 21-14, Louisville leads it with 1:58 to play. So total yardage now, Washington has gone in front of Louisville, 209 yards to 184. Both quarterbacks have done nice jobs. Bailey making his first start, 8 of 14, 78 yards and 2 touchdowns. Williams making his second start, actually. He started the Oregon game in the final game of the regular season. They lost that game 49-21, although he threw for 200 yards in that game. He has completed 7 of 9 for 162 yards and 2 touchdowns. Louisville has done a pretty good job of harnessing him on the ground, Jody. He's carried just 6 times for 13 yards. He is their second leading rusher on the season.
And Jeff Brom is giving the official from this sideline. He came all the way out, almost past the hash marks during this timeout, and motioned for him to come over, and they all go over. He's giving him a lot of grief. On the replay, Paul, D'Angelo Hutchinson, it was probably a little acting because as hard as he went down, but he was shoved and his head hit the ground before anything else did. He went down on the ground, and I'm just not sure how they didn't call that something, and Jeff Brom does not like it. So he's giving him an earful over there.
Haven't been many penalties today at all. One by Washington one by Louisville for 5, and Washington 2 for 20. The second of those was that 15-yard offensive pass interference penalty a moment ago, which they responded right after that with a 34-yard pass completion. Now they have it down inside the 25-yard line, but they reset the clock back up to 2 minutes with this 2-minute timeout.
And you don't see this very often, but the white hat guy, what's our white hat guy's name? The head referee,
that's
Hank Johns.
Hank Johns.
He just called every one of his officials over into a huddle right there. And now he's calling them back, and so he's talking to him. It's gotten really, really chippy there. And again, I think D'Angelo Hutchinson was acting a little bit, but he got shoved and ended up on the ground. Something should have been called there, and it's going to get out of control here. That's about 3 or 4 plays now in the last 5 or 6 minutes where there's been pushing and shoving.
This is a Big 12 officiating crew, by the way, so a so-called neutral crew, you'd say, with Louisville, the ACC, Washington, and the Big 10. But as we mentioned this earlier, kind of an oddity, they're actually here sort of as a Pac-12 team because of the contract the Sun Bowl had with the no longer in existence Pac-12. Were they reviewing something? He announced something.
We just took the entire time out. He said the spot of the previous play is now under further review. we just took the entire time out, and then they decided to review something on a play that happened 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, he's going over to the replay monitor now. This close shave instant replay is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Feeling great starts with a great shave, and a great shave starts with Barbasol's thick and rich moisturizing lather. Start your day off right with Barbasol. I didn't... Our ref's mic's been a little fuzzy today, and I didn't hear him when he made that call. But they are reviewing it, watching the review. I see now back down here on this right end of the field. Score is 21-14 Louisville, and we are at the 2-minute warning. Washington has the ball at the Cardinals' 24-yard line. The stadium seats not quite 50,000. It's not packed, but it's pretty full. And this game gets a lot of support from the community. It's a big event for them every year. I don't know how many tickets were sold to the respective schools. Very few. It's a long way for both. I was telling you, I was checking the map. It's actually a further trip for Washington than it is from Louisville, but long for both and expensive. I understand plane fares aren't too friendly.
Field is confirmed. First down, Washington.
I don't know exactly what they were looking at, but they've confirmed it. And
I'm all for video reviews and getting the thing right, but that was you would think somebody somewhere could have gotten that right in the 5 minutes.
So Washington has it at the 24-yard line. It is 1st and 10 for the Huskies. This is their first red zone trip. Louisville 1 for 1 in the red zone in this game. Washington offensively in the red zone, 82% scores and 53% touchdowns. Damon Williams, the quarterback, has his running back next to him. That's Muhammad, and he will get it. And Muhammad is wrapped up as soon as he gets the handoff. They're still pushing him backwards. He finally goes down at the 35. Does tell celebrating that, but the first hit came back at about the 25. It will go for a bit of a loss.
Man, does tell Richard Kinley, Adonijah Green, TJ Quinn, everybody in there. This offensive line is like a sieve at times.
That's where they've had most of their problems this year, evidently, is in the offensive line. They lost a lot of those guys from last year. Here's Williams back to pass, steps up in the pocket, and escapes one. Still runs inside the 20 and down to the 15-yard line. Boy, he is elusive and quick. Louisville has been right on the verge of getting him a couple of times, and he usually manages to escape.
First charge, time out of the half. Washington. 30 seconds.
So they'll stop the clock
game
here
clock to 120.
With 1:20
1-2-0
to go. It had 1:19. They say they called it with 1:20.
So
again, the run though wasn't really as long as it seemed because he had retreated so deeply in the pocket.
10-yard gain.
So he doesn't have the first down. Let me see. I'm trying to get the exact spot over there. He's at the 16, and he needs just inside the 15 for a first down.
This will be a big stop here for Louisville. Washington will get the ball to come out of the second half.
It is third down and just over 1 for the Huskies, with Louisville leading 21-14. 1:20 to go in the second quarter. Two receivers out to the right. One of those is actually the tight end, Latu, in the slot. Coleman is back in as the running back. Coleman will get it. He charges ahead, and Louisville very stiff. But second effort, I believe, got him enough for the first down. They do move the chains. He took it to the 13-yard line.
Yeah, they were holding on for dear life, but he just, that last surge.
Clock stopped, now restarts. 1:13 and moving. Two receivers out to the right. Williams stands, loops one for the end zone. That's overthrown and out of the end zone. Good coverage by Thornton over there on Denzel Boston. Boston is 6'4", 209 pounds. Mentioned their leading receiver with over 800 yards, and he is a tall receiver as opposed to Hunter, is the Jackson rather, who's the much smaller guy.
We've seen a lot of Tramel Logan here playing on Louisville's right side on defensive end. He got a huge surge, just bull rushed the tackle there, and did a spin and put his hands up. He's played a really good first half here. Look for him to get a sack here. Let's try to get one on this play.
1:04 left. Boston split to the left. Coleman is the back. Fake to Coleman. A throw caught at the 10, pulled down on the sideline by Thornton after the completion to Boston inside the 10. They're going to spot that at about the 7 or 8, and a timeout taken. I thought he'd gone out of bounds anyway.
I think charge, timeout of the half. Washington.
Thornton did a good job of.
Yeah, I guess they really got him down before the sideline, so they'll spot it at the 7, and Washington will take the timeout with 55 seconds left.
Thank you.
56 they put on the clock. 21-14 Louisville, but Washington looking to get a late score here. And as Jody mentioned, they will have the second half possession on the. They will receive the second half kickoff. That is.
Really surprised Washington has not tried to take advantage of Mosby at all. Really, they've thrown his way one time. They got the pass interference call, but I mean, he's a guy who's played 2 snaps on the defensive side of the ball, I think, before this in college football. And he's pressed into service today, and he's done a pretty good job so far, I guess.
Mosby is the corner on the far side of the field from us. That's the Washington right. And let's see, they send Jackson out that way. Boston is in the slot. 2 receivers out here to the left as well. Coleman is the back next to Williams. Brings in the snap, rolls out to the right, dodges a rusher, has some space out to the right to the 5, and scoots in for the touchdown. Man, he is quick. He is quick. Just his second rushing touchdown this year, but he's actually the second leading rusher on the squad. So the Huskies score here at the end of the half, and we'll get the ball back to start the second half. We do still have 51 seconds left, though, so Louisville would have an opportunity maybe to get a little something back.
You just had to know that was coming. Louisville's bringing pressure. They've got 9 guys in the box. Come after him. And Antonio Watts has a hand on him in the backfield, and he skips right past him, goes in for the touchdown.
So after Louisville had its best drive, 7 plays, 79 yards, they go 75 yards in 10 plays and tie it up with a successful extra point. It is Louisville 21 and Washington 21. And the Cards are going to receive a kickoff here with 51 seconds still to play in the first half. Washington 233 yards now of offense. Louisville has held its last 2 opponents to, they held Pitt to 265 yards and Kentucky to just 328 yards. And again, Washington with 233 here in the first half. Also, Louisville has had big offensive days, over 500 yards against Pittsburgh, and then had 358 rushing yards alone in the Kentucky game. But obviously this is not the same offense without Tyler Shuck and Ja'Cory Brooks. But they performed okay. Bailey has thrown for 2 touchdowns. Brown, 66 rushing yards. Watson, 25. What are the folks booing out there?
I don't know. They were doing the wave earlier. It's a weird crowd. You've got a Louisville section on one side and a Washington section, but really, I guess 80% of this crowd is people that don't have a rooting interest.
I was asking on the way to the game. Here comes a kickoff first. And it's a squibber bouncing down the field and is bobbled at the 25-yard line. Picked up by a Cardinal, and he's going to work it just out to the 35. So actually a decent field position. Dwayne Martin with the run back there on the squib kick. I was asking the shuttle driver on the way out there, I said, who do the people cheer for? They said they just want to see a good game or a really good player. And I said, well, if Lamar Jackson had been here, they'd have been cheering for him. Yeah. 1st and 10, Louisville at the 36. 45 seconds left in the half. The game is tied at 21.
And they're getting their good game today.
That they are. Bailey has the back to his right. 2 wide outs to the wide left. Watson is the running back, shifts over to the left side of Bailey. And Harrison drops straight back. Lets a pass go over the middle, and that's overthrown and incomplete. Throwing for his tight end, Redmond. Second down and 10.
He had Redmond on a seam and had Chris Bell, who had good spacing on his, or good a good route to get some space on outside of Redmond, and Harrison Bailey just got a little too much on his long ball, Paul.
Second down and 10 for the Cardinals from their own 36, late in the half. And Bailey hands it this time, and the run up the middle to the 40-yard line, so that might just be the last play. We'll see. It was Watson on the carry. 28 seconds with the clock moving. Louisville lining up as if they do want to run a play. It's 3rd and 6, and here is Bailey on 3rd down, throwing a swing pass out here to Watson, hemmed in at the 40-yard line, and I don't think he got out of bounds. They're going to stop it at the 40-yard line, and Louisville's going to have to do something with a 4th down play, I think, or they're going to be able to. If he stayed in bounds, they'll restart the clock.
They really was out of bounds on that one.
Now that looked like the other one to me, that they said he was in bounds. So the Cards, I guess, are going to have to punt it.
Yes, they are. Right now, Washington's got 22 guys on the field. Now they get them all off.
Schwartz has punted 3 times. They've got a Hodges punt, but Hodges isn't here. I think they mistakenly put one down. Here comes, there's no rush at all. This is best punt. Hangs it up nicely. Boston runs over and fumbles it and falls back on it at the 17-yard line. Oh, boy, if Louisville could have fallen on that, they could have had a chance to kick a go-ahead field goal.
And Shy Coach have the long snapper. I bet his eyes were huge because he's running right towards that, and he dives as Boston puts his hand back out there, and, boy, that was disaster averted there for Washington.
5 seconds left. 21-21. Looks like that's going to be the halftime score, but
you're right. That
one
was
more play.
That was Schwartz's best punt.
Yeah, that was a 43-yard punt there by Schwartz, and obviously no return after it was mishandled. So Washington will line up and run this play.
I figured out with the O's and ahs and boos and that, they're throwing a football around the stadium.
Oh.
And if you catch it, you get a cheer. If not, you get a boo.
Here's a snap to Williams. He's going to hand it off, and they stuff that run. And that'll be the final play of the half.
Now, I wanted to see this because both teams go in the same huddle or the same tunnel.
Yeah.
And so they're stopping Washington, and Louisville goes in first.
It's always a good thing to do if you can hold off one team by the other. That carry for the record, by the way, was the first one we've seen from their running back, Jordan Washington. And we'll go into the locker room with a halftime tie. Louisville 21 and Washington 21. William McDermott will take you through halftime. We'll step away here for the moment in El Paso with a tie game 21-21. You're listening to Louisville Cardinals football from Learfield.
Here's Tom Drexler.
This is Tom Drexler with Tom Drexler Plumbing, Air, and Electric. Proud supporter of the Louisville Cardinals. Just like the Cards, we believe in being the best. That's why only the best technicians wear the Tom Drexler uniform. I promise you will be a fan of our upfront pricing and clean professional service. For all of your plumbing, heating and cooling, or electrical needs, make the right call. Dial 1-TOM Drexler.
Call the plumber whose name is his number. Call the plumber whose name is his number. Dial 1-TOM Drexler, that's his number. Yeah.
A commitment to excellence is synonymous with the plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC techs of UA Local 502. Members have taken pride in their commercial and industrial work here for over a century and are proud to invest over $1 million a year in the training of skilled local workers. That pride parallels in the community as UA Local 502 completed projects at the KFC Yum Center and Cardinal Stadium. Pride in their work, pride in the community, and proud supporters of the Louisville Cardinals. UA Local 502. To learn more, visit lu502.com.
Imagine if you had 100 years to dedicate yourself to fun and wonder. That's exactly what Kentucky State Parks is celebrating this year. 100 years of unmatched scenery and history, with guided hikes and acclaimed golf, plus all kinds of cozy lodging and accommodations. Dedicate your weekends to creating memories that last a lifetime at parks.ky.gov.
At R&B Roofing and Remodeling, we're proud supporters of our community. That's why we're thrilled to sponsor the University of Louisville football team's community service program, helping make a positive impact right here at home. Whether you're looking to revamp your living space or protect your home with a rock-solid roof, R&B has you covered. Don't settle for less when you can choose the best. Visit GottaBeRnB.com today and experience the top-notch craftsmanship that sets us apart. Get ready to score big with R&B Roofing and Remodeling.
It's gotta be RNB.com.
This is your halftime report, sponsored by U of L Health Fraser Rehab Sports, official sports rehab provider of the Louisville Cardinals.
Halftime in El Paso, Louisville 21, Washington
21-21 in the Sun Bowl. It's been a good one through the first 30 minutes. Welcome into the U of L Health Fraser Rehab Sports Halftime Report. William McDermott here as we're going to take a look at today's PNC halftime stats. Harrison Bailey starting in place of Tyler Shuck today. Pretty good through the first 2 quarters. 9 completions, 16 attempts, 79 yards, and then 2 touchdowns. That second touchdown in the second quarter was a beauty to Antonio Meeks, just his 3rd catch of the year. Meeks 1 catch, 28 yards, and then the lone touchdown. Colin Lacy, also good to see him back in the black and red. He had 3 catches for 17 yards and a score. Chris Bell, 3 catches for 16 yards. We haven't seen the explosive plays out of this Louisville offense, but they've gotten the job done on the ground. 18 carries, 110 yards rushing. Isaac Brown leading the charge. 10 attempts on the ground, 66 yards. And then Duke Watson not far behind him. 6 carries, 29 yards there. Tavion Nicholson started the game off with a bang for the Cardinals. Had a 21-yard pick 6 interception returned for a touchdown. But unfortunately for him and for Louisville, he is out for the remainder of the game. He was injured later on in that first quarter. Louisville got the ball to start the first half, so Washington will receive out of halftime. 21-21, the halftime score in the Sun Bowl down in El Paso, Texas. For Washington, Damon Williams has been excellent. As expected, the true freshman is clearly a budding star. 8 of 11 passing for 168 yards. 2 touchdowns, did have the 1 interception that was returned for a touchdown by Nicholson and Louisville. Receiving, Giles Jackson, 4 catches, 107 yards, 2 touchdowns, a long one of 49. That was a busted coverage on Louisville's end. He found himself wide open. And then rushing the football, Williams has done it as well. 8 carries, 30 yards, and a touchdown on the ground towards the end of the half. Louisville was leading at the end of the first quarter 14-7, but Washington responds with a very good quarter of their own. In total, the Huskies 231 yards, Louisville just 189. Huskies a lot more through the air with 168 to Louisville 79, but Cards do have the ground advantage by about 50 yards. Louisville has 7 first downs to Washington's 9. Cards 4 of 9 on third downs. Huskies 3 of 7 there. Cards did have the 1 turnover on downs, which was a bigger play than you might think it is right now, so they are 0 for 1 on 4th. Remember, Huskies got the ball around midfield and then proceeded to score that next drive. So that was clearly a difference maker. Louisville 1 for 1 scoring in the red zone. So was Washington. Time of possession has been about even. Louisville's defense has made some of the bigger plays. They had a sack, 4 tackles for loss, and then the interception return for a touchdown. But that 4th down stop for Washington was crucial, and that's why the Huskies have the yardage edge and were tied up 21-21 through the first half in the Sun Bowl down in El Paso, Texas, between Louisville and Washington. Those were today's halftime stats, brought to you by PNC, the official bank of the Louisville Cardinals. More coming on the U of L Health Fraser Rehab Sports Halftime Report. This is Cardinal football from Learfield.
With the money they saved and earned by enrolling in LG&E and KU's new energy efficiency programs like Online Marketplace and Bring Your Own Thermostat, Frank was able to buy a pygmy goat. Sheila got bagpipes. Harry bought 10 pounds of Monk's Head cheese. Christy learned the Watusi and the Macarena. And Bruce, he bought a bicycle. Because he's just out there. Sign up now to earn money and save for whatever you're into. Visit lge-ku.com/save.
Hungry for made-from-scratch food? From hand-cut steaks to fall-off-the-bone ribs, Texas Roadhouse has something for everyone. Visit TexasRoadhouse.com and download the Texas Roadhouse mobile app to add your name to the wait list or place it to go order online. Fresh baked bread and honey cinnamon butter await. Texas Roadhouse is a proud sponsor of U of L Athletics. Legendary food, legendary service. Texas Roadhouse. Go Cards!
Just like your Cardinals, Team Chevrolet has game-changing talent at every position, with a lineup led by the legendary Chevy Silverado, where 4 durable engines, including the TurboMax, deliver the capability you rely on every day. Plus, with advanced camera tech, it'll make your most difficult towing jobs a whole lot easier and your confidence even stronger. Check out the hard-working Silverado at your Chevy dealer today. Proud partner of the Louisville Cardinals. Kentucky drives Chevy.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Louisville. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Halftime at the Sun Bowl in El Paso, Texas, between Washington and Louisville. It's 21-all, and elsewhere around the country, there's been some interesting scores and an interesting result in the bowl games today. Earlier today, the Crimson Tide, Alabama, 11th ranked Crimson Tide, who a lot of people thought deserved to be in the college football playoff, loses to Michigan 19-13 in Tampa. That was the ReliaQuest Bowl, and the unranked Wolverines, again for the second straight year in the postseason, if you want to call bowl season the postseason, beats Alabama. They did it in the semifinal last year. That was actually a monsoon game for a little bit, too. It was pouring down rain there. Elsewhere, South Carolina and Illinois, that's a top 20 game in the Cheez-Its Citrus Bowl. 7-3 Illini, 2 9-3 squads. Their start of the second quarter with South Carolina driving with the football. Baylor and LSU, 8-4 teams going at it. 14-0 Tigers over the Baylor Bears. 6:40 to go in the first quarter. And then later tonight, the main event, Penn State and Boise State, the first college football playoff quarterfinal. That's the Fiesta Bowl, kicking off at 7:30 Eastern. In the Sun Bowl in El Paso, it's Louisville 21 and Washington 21. More coming on the U of L Health Fraser Rehab Sports Halftime Report. This is Louisville Cardinals football from Learfield.
Cards fans, get your ales up. U of L Athletics has partnered with locally owned Gravely Brewing to bring you Cardin Ale, the official craft beer of the Louisville Cardinals. A new tradition for your pregame tailgate, celebrating inside the stadium or while you're watching at home. This crisp, light-bodied blonde ale is the perfect beer for wherever you are on game day. Sip and support your Louisville Cardinals to victory with Cardin Ale from Gravely Brewing, where fresh beer is everything.
This great call in Louisville history is presented by T-Mobile. September 9th, 2016. Quarterback Lamar Jackson set the tone on his Heisman campaign by accounting for 5 touchdowns as the Cardinals routed Syracuse.
Here's Jackson. Gives to Smith. Nope, he doesn't. He runs out to the left side. He's going to outrace in the corner. Hurdles the defender at the 5 and squeezes inside the pylon for a touchdown. He jumped right over him.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get a great deal on iPhone 16 Pro.
Louisville a bit banged up in the secondary without Quincy Riley here today. He's opting out, getting ready for the NFL Combine and NFL Draft. And now no Tavion Nicholson. He's out for the remainder of the game. He had the pick 6 in the first quarter for Louisville that put the Cards on top 7-0. And then just a few plays later, I think it was the very next Washington possession, he goes down in the end zone and he will not return. So a big loss there for a Louisville secondary that's been banged up this year. And they had a few broken coverages in that first quarter, in the first half, especially in the second quarter, rather. Giles Jackson got behind the defense a couple times in that long touchdown pass of 49 yards thrown by the freshman quarterback DeMond Williams, who's been really good so far for the Huskies. 8 of 11 passing, an efficient 73%, 168 yards and 2 touchdowns. Harrison Bailey on Louisville's side, 9 of 16 passing, 79 yards and 2 touchdowns. Cards haven't been able to take the top off the defense, but they're running the football. 18 carries, 110 yards on the ground for Louisville as a team, led by Isaac Brown, 10 attempts, 66 yards. At halftime in the Sun Bowl, it's Louisville 21, Washington 21. Coming up next, it'll be Paul Rogers and Jody Demling in El Paso. This is Cardinal football from Learfield.
Did you know that the Jump Weiler automotive family has sold over 1 million cars in the last 50 years, and we've been in the Louisville market for over 40? Did you know we've been voted the top company to work for annually since 2009? Visit us at Jump Weiler Toyota in Clarksville, Jump Weiler Nissan, Jump Weiler Honda Auto Mall, and Mercedes-Benz of Louisville, or go to Weiler.com. Jump Weiler, the official automotive sponsor of the Louisville Cardinals.
Cards fans, playing in the ACC takes grit and determination with a reliable team backing you up. Same goes for your trash service. That's why so many rely on Rumpke Waste and Recycling. We've been in the game for more than 90 years, and our playbook is all about dependable service. Need an open-top dumpster for a job site? A container for your business? Trash and recycling service at your home? There's only one team, Rumpke. Learn more and start service today at Rumpke.com. Rumpke, waste and recycling done right. Here's Tom Drexler.
This is Tom Drexler with Tom Drexler Plumbing, Air, and Electric. Proud supporter of the Louisville Cardinals. Just like the Cards, we believe in being the best. That's why only the best technicians wear the Tom Drexler uniform. I promise you will be a fan of our upfront pricing and clean professional service. For all of your plumbing, heating and cooling, or electrical needs, make the right call. Dial 1-TOM Drexler.
Call the plumber whose name is his number. Call the plumber whose name is his number. 1-Tom Drexler, that's his number. Yeah.
Louisville and Washington in the Sun Bowl. Cardinals trying to get back-to-back 9-win seasons for the first time since 2012 to 2013. It's a very long halftime in El Paso, so I'm just filling some time here. Total yardage for Louisville, 189 to Washington's 231. Cards have gotten it more so done on the ground than they have through the air. Washington's freshman quarterback, Damon Williams, has been very impressive in the way we got here to the 21-21 score. Well, Tavion Nicholson started things off well for Louisville with the 21-yard interception return for a touchdown in the first quarter, but then the very next drive for the Huskies, they responded with a 40-yard touchdown pass to Giles Jackson, his first of two 40-plus yard touchdown receptions. Then to end the first quarter, Colin Lacy, 9-yard reception touchdown by Harrison Bailey. Bailey threw 2 touchdown passes in the first half and no interceptions. Antonio Meeks caught the other one in the second quarter from 28 yards out. Giles Jackson, in between those two, had a 49-yard touchdown reception from Williams. That was kind of a busted coverage that tied things up at 14 apiece. And then to end the half, Damon Williams, Washington's quarterback, a 7-yard rush that he just kind of pranced in there, and he was able to walk in, and that's how we got to the score, 21-21 apiece. And we're going to go back to El Paso. Paul Rogers and Jody Demling at halftime, 21-21, the score in the Sun Bowl.
Thank you, William. And we were informed at halftime that is the highest scoring first half in Sun Bowl history. This game has been played for over 9 years, Jody. So
much for the low scoring game.
Yeah. Also, so much for the fast game that you said we were going to have.
I know. I think I jinxed it.
Like I said,
hopefully we can get this game done before the new year.
I said I don't know if we're going to be home before next year.
No, we are not. We are definitely not going to be home before next year.
Well, hopefully before the next game. Louisville has a home basketball game tomorrow night against North Carolina. We should be back in time for that. You know, it's kind of a mixed feeling. You know, when you go into games like this with so many players playing important roles that have not over the year, and you don't know for sure how they will perform. Harrison Bailey certainly has been okay. Their freshman quarterback, Damon Williams, has been terrific. The injuries, you worried about Louisville being thin, particularly in the secondary, and of course, Wichita, that's where the injury happens. Tavion Nicholson scores the first touchdown of the game by intercepting a pass and running it in for a score, and then shortly after that got hurt defending a touchdown pass thrown by Washington. So now you've got Ramon Mosby, a senior who has played virtually none at all. Is he a walk-on? I believe he is he not?
Yes. No, who? Mosby?
Yes.
Oh, no, Mosby's not.
Oh,
No,
okay.
Mosby's a scholarship guy. Minkins is the walk-on.
Okay, so and I don't think Minkins has been in.
He is not.
So you've got that to deal with now for the Cardinals. There is, by the way, I should point out, a very colorful halftime performance going on with the Maharishi band and very colorful costumes out there on the floor. Both bands performed as well.
I was just looking up and seeing that there's still 8 minutes left in the half.
Yeah, they did it kind of caught us off guard with a 25-minute halftime here today, just to make things a little bit longer. But I've heard for many years how hospitable the people of El Paso are, how much they embrace this game, and it has been around for a long, long time. You mentioned the second oldest bowl game, behind only the Rose Bowl. And frankly, among the lesser tier bowl games, if you want to couch it that way. I'm not fond of that term, but it's not a BCS bowl or a playoff bowl. This is a bowl game that through the years has held up in terms of attendance. You see a lot of bowl games with very small crowds, but they have consistently supported this game. The stadium seats a bit under 50,000. It's not jam-packed today, but it is quite full.
I'd say there's
why not enjoy this kind of weather?
There's close to 40,000 people here today, which is very impressive because I'd say there's probably 2,500 Louisville people and maybe 3,000, 2,500 Washington people, and the rest are people from here. And it's wild. We went to the Fan Fest last night, and it's just people walking around. And, walking in today, I came with the team, and when we were driving in, there was a ton of tailgating. I saw a flag for Oklahoma. I saw a Florida State flag. I saw a Texas flag. I saw a Nebraska flag. It's all these different. It's almost like it was a college game day, and they had their flags.
Well, there must have been a Washington State flag somewhere.
Yeah, there has to be. I didn't see a Louisville or a Washington flag. So, but then you walking up the stands into here, you see different people with all kinds of different college paraphernalia on, and they're just average people from here in town.
Well, it's a picturesque setting. I'm sure many of you have seen it on TV before with the stadium tucked into the mountainside here. I had mentioned to a number of people, I've watched this game for so many years, and it always seems to be this kind of a day. And
Except for the day it snowed.
I was going to say, was that 2 or 3 years ago? I turned it on, and it was snowing to beat the band, and guess who was playing in it? Miami. So even here, every once in a while, things do go a little bit awry.
It's just wild, everything here in this town. It's totally when you think about it and look at it, this town, it's not. I'm not comparing it to Kentucky Derby, okay? It's not what I'm saying. But it's their Kentucky Derby on a much smaller scale. They've had things all. They had a basketball tournament last weekend. It started the festival that they call Sun Bowl Festival, and it's just continued throughout the week. And they've had all kinds of things this week, and it's been kind of cool.
Here's something I bet you don't know. I was asking how high these mountains are that we're looking out at as we look to the kind of the east toward the northeast, and I was told about 6,500 feet. And I thought, those are big mountains, but that doesn't look like a 6,500 mountain peak. Well, it's not, because we are at 4,000 feet. I didn't realize El Paso itself is located at that high an elevation. So that's what you learn when you get to go places and cover football games. It is halftime. It is tied 21-21 between Louisville and Washington. It is the highest scoring first half of play in Sun Bowl history. And when we come back, Washington, who scored right before the end of the half to tie the game, will get the second half kickoff. That'll be coming up when we return to the Sun Bowl. This is Cardinal Football from Learfield.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right. Oh, I like it. So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip. Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Hungry for made-from-scratch food? From hand-cut steaks to fall-off-the-bone ribs, Texas Roadhouse has something for everyone. Visit TexasRoadhouse.com and download the Texas Roadhouse mobile app to add your name to the wait list or place it to go order online. Fresh baked bread and honey cinnamon butter await. Texas Roadhouse is a proud sponsor of U of L Athletics. Legendary food, legendary service. Texas Roadhouse. Go Cards!
When you build a new home, you have a lot of choices to make. There's the driveway, the doors, floors, foundation, roof, siding, windows, countertops, cabinets, closets, hardware, heating and air, lighting, insulation, switches, septic systems, sinks, outlets, patio, paint, appliances, faucets, fixtures. Like I said, it's a lot. But there's one decision that's easier than the rest. Let Stockton Mortgage handle your new construction loan. Our experts will guide you home.
Stockton Mortgage, NMLS 8259, NMLSConsumerAccess.org, Equal Housing Lender.
At R&B Roofing and Remodeling, we're proud supporters of our community. That's why we're thrilled to sponsor the University of Louisville football team's community service program, helping make a positive impact right here at home. Whether you're looking to revamp your living space or protect your home with a rock-solid roof, R&B has you covered. Don't settle for less when you can choose the best. Visit GottaBeRnB.com today and experience the top-notch craftsmanship that sets us apart. Get ready to score big with R&B Roofing and Remodeling.
It's gotta be RNB.com.
You've been listening to the Halftime Report, brought to you by U of L Health Fraser Rehab Sports, official sports rehab provider of the Louisville Cardinals.
Second half coming up here at the Sun Bowl. Washington will receive the kickoff. The Huskies scored right near the end of the first half to tie the game. It is 21-21. Jody, coming into this game, we didn't think Louisville would necessarily be depending upon throwing the football all over the place since Harrison Bailey was quarterbacking and not Tyler Shuck. And Bailey was okay at 9 of 16 for 79 yards. Did throw 2 touchdowns. We thought Louisville would rely more on the running game, and they have run for 110 yards in this first half, 66 of them by Brown and 29 by Watson. So I guess in a sense the game has followed the script we expected. Anything that they should change or just try to get a little bit better and not let a couple of receivers go by wide open?
Well, I think on the last touchdown, I think Louisville has done a nice job for the most part with the running quarterback with Williams. But that last one, they did not have like a quote-unquote spy or someone at least accounting for him, and I'm not sure why they didn't. They were bringing a lot of guys on that play. The pressure, and Antonio Watts actually could have had him in the backfield and missed the tackle, but you're going to have to do something like that. And I just think offensively, they just need to keep it simple. At some point or another, you feel like Isaac or Duke, one of the two is going to break one of these runs. Isaac with a 26-yard run, but you feel like they're going to get one of them and break it, and that's what you got to hope for.
That was a 7-yard rushing touchdown by the freshman Jamon Williams to complete a 10-play, 75-yard drive. That was right after Louisville had put together a 7-play, 79-yard drive to score on a touchdown pass to Antonio Meeks, his first ever touchdown, a 28-yard throw from Harrison Bailey. Before that, the offenses had not been able to move the ball that well. Louisville scored on an interception return for a touchdown to start the game. That return, by the way, was by Tavion Nicholson, who later left the game with an injury and will not be back, so an already thin secondary is even thinner. And then another touchdown drive was a pretty short one, which resulted in a 9-yard touchdown throw to Colin Lacy. That drive covered only 32 yards because Lacy had a long punt return to get a good field position to start that drive. So each team did move the ball better on their final possession of the half.
Washington will get it first here.
Louisville trying to get even all time in bowl games. They're 12-13-1. They played in 20 different bowls over those 26 bowl games have been played in 20 different bowls. And Washington, hoping to stay above 500, they are 21-20-1 in all of their bowl appearances. This is their 5th Sun Bowl. They've won 1. Louisville been here once. They won it way back in 1958. Cardinals ready to kick off. Washington will move to the left or toward the north here to start the second half. And here comes the kickoff. And this will carry way back at the end zone. That was Keller again, I think. Was it not?
Yeah.
Nope, sorry. No, it was.
No, it was Keller.
That's not a 48? No, you're right. It's 98. It's Keller.
And that ball
went way back.
That ball was out on the back line of the end zone, so he's got a live leg here today.
So 1st and 10 Washington from its own 25-yard line. 231 total yards for the Huskies in the first half to 189 by Louisville.
Still Mosby. Watts has gone the entire way. Thornton's gone the entire way. Everybody else rotating for Louisville.
And it looks like Muhammad is the running back, the freshman lined up next to the quarterback, fellow freshman. And he's going to throw it right over the middle. Nice grab by Boston, dragged down by Thornton across the 35 and out to the 37-yard line. They pick up a first down on the first play.
Yeah, Corey Thornton being aggressive. He has got that aggressive nature, and they really picking on him a little bit. Oh, Thor Griffith was in there for the first time.
Well, that's right. He could not play the first half because of the targeting on the last game.
He was in on that play and just came out.
So Williams now completed 9 of his 12 throws for 180 yards and 2 touchdowns. I mentioned he completes 70% as the backup. He rides this one and doesn't hand it off and gets stopped. He faked the handoff to Jordan Washington, and it was kind of that Wake Forest slow ride play, but then he took it back, and Louisville stopped him for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, Stanquan Clark and Ramon Purrier right there in the gang tackle.
And the running back is for Washington, not 24 Muhammad. 2nd down and 12 from the 35-yard line. I'll take it back. It is Muhammad who is now back in as the running back, and he won't get it. And here comes a throw out here to the left, caught on the sideline of the 40 by Boston, and takes a little lunge forward to about the 43-yard line.
That was just a quick little Boston. They gave him a really good mark. I thought he actually went out of bounds a couple yards back, but they give him a mark all the way up to the 43-yard line, almost the 44. He just went and stopped and turned around, and Mosby kind of lost his balance there, and easy pitch and catch. I mean, no disrespect to Williams, but all of his passes have been pretty easy because these guys are wide open out there.
Boston over 800 yards for the year. That's his 3rd catch today. They've gone for 27 yards. And it is 3rd down and about 3. He's going to throw it again, and he fires it down the middle. He's got his man at the 50-yard line, dodges a tackle to 45, but then is caught by McDonald right at the 45-yard line. That completion goes to Jackson for the first down for the Huskies. Pickup of 11 there.
And again, wide open is TJ Quinn, hurting for Louisville.
Just now up, he was down on a knee. I tell you, this freshman Williams is very composed in the pocket, isn't he?
Yeah,
the pocket seems to kind of close in around him, but he stands right in there and fires it away. Did they call a timeout, or is it just an injury for Quinn to walk off the field?
It's like maybe pulled something, maybe a hamstring.
TJ Quinn, Louisville's leading tackler with 79 coming into today. He is walking off, but walking rather slowly.
And that was another one there, Paul. Tony the Tiger in the midfield was the only buddy that could make that tackle when the initial catch there, and then he got to dodge the umpire, and still no Louisville guys. So the secondary really, really doing a poor job of staying with their man.
1st and 10 at the 45. It was an empty backfield, but now Muhammad comes from a receiver set to set up next to the quarterback. It's a quick throw out wide to the right. He's got his man there, dodges a tackle, but they come back and hit him and yank him backwards at the 45-yard line. Actually down to the 44. They'll give him a 1-yard gain out of that. Louisville at least did pursue to the football aggressively, which they needed to do because it took about the 3rd and 4th guys to bring him down.
And Juriante that was MJ Griffin. He's usually sure-handed on tackles. He actually played that perfectly and was right there. It would have been a 5-yard loss, and the broken tackle, they get a yard gain.
Tie score at 21. This is the opening possession of the second half. We played almost 3 minutes. The Huskies are at the Louisville 44. Muhammad resets to the right of Williams. Muhammad gets this one. He digs right straight ahead and gets to the 40. Picked up 5 on that. I'm not sure why we're not seeing Coleman. Not that they don't like Muhammad, but Coleman is their 1,000-yard rusher most of the way in the first half. Did he pull a Cam Ward and decide to sit out the second half?
I don't think he did.
2nd down and 5. 2nd or 3rd down. It's 3rd down, sorry. 3rd and 5. 2 wideouts to this near wide left side. Williams looks over to the sideline for the play call. Trying to get it in from listening to his helmet now, and now thinks some movement and the flag went down. We're going to get a false start. He looked like he wasn't hearing the signals clearly.
5-yard penalty, third down.
Actually, the play clock, it may have cut off. The play clock may have been down under 15 by then.
Yeah, it was the right tackle. The guy with 2 Z's in his name.
That would be Drew as a party. They provide quite a challenge with their pronunciations.
6'7", 315, hard to miss when he moves.
So now it's 3rd and 10. And Williams claps, gets it. Louisville comes at him with pressure, and he squirts free again, spins. Boom, it is nailed. Oh, man, what a wicked hit he took, but he bounces right up. Watts unloaded on him, but again, he had been so deep that while he got forward from that point, it still didn't give him that much of a gain. In fact, actually lost a yard on that. That was a painful sack.
He is going to remember that.
So it looks like a punt coming up. So after they moved it fairly well to start, Louisville made the stop, and Colin Lacy is back to maybe return a punt. He's waiting just inside the 10-yard line. Punt coming from Jack McAllister, who is transferring to Nebraska next year. Got away the punt high end over end, and Lacy brings in a fair catch at the 12-yard line. In this modern day of college football, McAllister is transferring. Decided he wanted to play in the bowl game anyway, even though not only is he transferring, he knows where he's transferring to.
And they announced it. He's signed with Nebraska. Like I said earlier, that's the way we should call it. Nebraska's punter just did a good job there for Washington.
Yeah, first possession means it's time for another timeout. We have 10:05 to play in the third quarter. 21-21, Louisville will get the ball for the first time in the second half. You're listening to Louisville Cardinals football from Learfield.
Toyota of Louisville, call your law firm, and Louisville MSD are proud to partner with your Louisville Cardinals football team this year to raise money for local Louisville charities through the Cardinal Points for a Purpose program. Each partner will donate $10 to their selected Louisville charity for every point scored by the football team. Toyota of Louisville, call your law firm, Louisville MSD, and the Cardinal Points for a Purpose program. Give back 1 point at a time.
Today's game is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Barbasol delivers a thick lather and close, comfortable shave for half the price of gels. Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol. This is Louisville Cardinals football from Learfield.
When you share your food, you share your heart. So what's on your table this holiday season? Save on your festive feast at Kroger with delicious deals on all the holiday classics. Or wow the crowd with something new, like a quinoa stuffed butternut squash. It's sure to add a pop of color to your spread. How about a sweet potato casserole with a crunchy oat streusel topping, made with care for the sweet tooth and the savory tooth? With Kroger, fill your table with love and watch as your guests' hearts get as full as their bellies. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hey Cards fans, this is Tony Collier with the Collier Law Firm. If you get injured, whether it's in the car or on the job, call us. We're your law firm, located right here in my hometown of Louisville. All of our attorneys have experience working for the insurance companies. That means we already got the other side's playbook. And unlike some of those big law firms, our attorney fees start out at 25%. Because at the Collier Law Firm, we got your back, not your wallet. So when you get injured, call your law firm. And go Cards.
Get your L's up and head to your nearest Liquor Barn or Party Mart store, an official partner of the Louisville Cardinals. You can place an order for pickup or delivery through the Liquor Barn website or app. It's easy to shop for your favorite beer, wine, and spirits at Liquor Barn and Party Mart. Go Cards. Well, the Cards are going to get a chance to go, hopefully, for the first time in the second half. They forced a punt in a 21-21 game. This is their first possession of the second half. Here's the snap. And the throw open over the middle. There's Bell at the 20. Bell pulled down at the 26-yard line.
I thought that ball got a little tipped at the line of scrimmage. It just changed direction a little bit, but Bell right there. Easy throws for Harrison Bailey right now from Jeff Brom.
Pulled down by their leading tackler, Carson Bruner, came in with 93 tackles and a team-high 3 interceptions as well. And this is a handoff this time. There's Watson with some open field to the left of the 30, 35 to the sideline, and out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Pursued out of bounds way over there by cornerback Thaddeus Dixon. And Louisville has the first down.
15-yard
good run by Duke Watson.
Sorry, 15-yard gain?
Excuse me, by Isaac Brown.
What? I thought it was Watson, too.
Let me check to be sure. No, it was Brown.
Yeah, Brown's still in there.
1st and 10 from the 40. Actually, the 41. Tight end on the right gives them 3 receivers that way. Play fake. Steps up, throws, and nice grab by Bell amongst 3 defenders, held onto the football and made the catch at the 40-yard line. Pickup of 19 yards.
That's a really nice throw, first of all, but he kind of left his wide receiver out there to dry a little bit at the end. But, boy, what a catch there from Chris Bell with defenders all over him.
His 5th reception today. Here is Bailey handing off. Here comes Brown right to the 40. Bounces off a hit, crosses the 35 and down to the 34-yard line. Louisville has come out very assertive here on this first drive of the second half. Started 47 yards ago back there and now into Washington territory.
Thought that might have been a face mask as Isaac's going to get a blow here and Duke Watson comes in for him. But it looked like he grabbed him on that one. He grabbed his shoulder pad because Isaac's body totally turned about 2 yards into the run. He got 3 yards after the contact.
Running back is there to the left, and he will get it. Little stutter step, but this time Watson's going to be wrapped up and pulled down. Actually stood up, never does hit the ground, blown dead.
Got back to the line of scrimmage.
Get back to that anyway.
It's a big third down right here. You're moving the ball. You look good. You look confident. Missed block on the second down run there by the right tackle, allowing the no gain. Big down here.
3rd and 5 from the 35. Lacy motions toward the left. Stops over there behind the other 2 receivers. Now here's Bailey with an opening straight ahead, and he won't quite get there. Pulled down at the 31-yard line. He needed the 30. Louisville tried a 4th and 1 earlier today from the 50-yard line and failed. I suspect you'll see him try it again here.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, you're moving it. Let's see. Is he going to maybe we're going to kick a field goal? Nope. Travelstead was out there. And instead, you get a bigger package with Martin and Kariski coming in. You know what we haven't seen today that I would have sworn we would have seen is some trick plays, Paul.
Yeah, there hadn't been anything overly fancy by the Cards. They did a double pass a while ago. Or a throwback pass, a handoff throwback pass, and then a throwback in the first half. And here he's going to throw it. He's got his man out there, the tight end, at the 20-yard line and slammed out of bounds on a nice hit put on Dwayne Martin. But Martin, who always seems to come through just when he's needed most, makes a big play there, and the Cardinals get a first down on a well-thrown little floater by Harrison Bailey.
Yeah, Martin and Kariski line up on the right side. Actually, Kariski goes deep and looked like he was open. He went for Martin as well, who ended up being open, and a nice sure-handed catch. I think just his second catch of the year.
This drive started back at the 13-yard line. They're at the 20. Here's the handoff, and he bounces backwards, tries it again, and now they knock him further backwards, but he did get 1 yard out of that. It was Duke Watson on the carry.
He's not going to like these 1 yard gains. It's going to hurt his average.
Thinking the same thing. Came in averaging 9 yards per carry, and today he's averaging barely over 3. Picked up 1 there. 2nd down and 9 from the 19-yard line. 21-21 tie in the third quarter. Bailey has Brown to his left. Bell, the receiver, to the right outside of the tight end. Redmond, 2 receivers split over to the left side. And this will be a handoff. There's Watson. Oh, cut down in the backfield. Wicked shot put on him for a loss. That was the linebacker, the cornerback, Thaddeus Dixon, who broke through and just shot through and dropped him with a tough tackle.
Yeah, you don't see that happen very often. I don't know. I don't remember many, if any, negative plays this year from Duke Watson. Heck, when you're averaging 9 yards a carry, there's not much opportunity. But that time, just a one-on-one great play by the corner.
Back to the 21-yard line. Third down. Bailey throws to the goal line. Wide open. Caught. Touchdown. Right down the middle of the field. It went to Kariski.
Third touchdown catch of the year. Harrison Bailey, very confident. The Cards just very, very confident. And Kariski lines up in the slot spot there. And, boy, that's a nice throw. That's a nice throw back.
That was a beautiful throw. And I wasn't really sure Kariski would be playing in this game, but he showed up wide open in the end zone as he has done a few other times this year.
Paul, there was pressure coming on the backside, too. You mentioned it in the first half. Harrison Bailey, he's got some moxie to him.
Here's the extra point after the third touchdown reception this year by Nate Kariski.
He's got pressure coming from behind him. He's never really seen it, but he can sense it. He takes one step up as he fires that ball, and Kariski literally was a straight line down the field, and the defender just kind of let him go.
That was a 10-play, 87-yard drive. A 21-yard touchdown by Bailey is his third today, so he has completed 13 of 20 for 143 yards and 3 touchdowns. Both these quarterbacks have done a nice job. Williams 12 of 15, 201 yards and 2 touchdowns, but he did have an interception run back for a touchdown. The Cards get the first points of the third quarter, and they lead at 28-21 with 4:46 to play. We'll be right back. This is Cardinal football from Learfield.
Oh, did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did? Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
I am cancer-free thanks to the power of U of L Health Brown Cancer Center.
The power of early detection.
The power of clinical trials only found here. The power of holistic care.
The power of second opinions.
The power of academic research.
And the power of expert care close to home.
That's the power of you. To learn more and find a Brown Cancer Center location near you, visit uoflhealth.org.
Well, after the highest-scoring first half in Sun Bowl history, Louisville stopped Washington on their first second-half possession, and then the Cards answered with a well-executed 10-play, 87-yard drive, a 21-yard touchdown pass from Harrison Bailey to a wide-open Nate Kariski in the middle of the end zone. And the Cardinals have a 28-21 lead over Washington. Harrison Bailey came into the game having played sparingly in 4 games, completed all 8 of his throws this season. Not quite that good, but pretty darn good. 13 of 20, 143 yards, and 3 touchdowns, Jody.
Yep, and it's been 1,473 days since he started a game at Tennessee for those 3. But, Paul, we've been talking about it. I'll squeeze this in here real quick before the kickoff. He had 11,716 yards in high school at Marietta High School. He's the 3rd all-time leading passer in Georgia history. High school, the 3 guys in front of it, or the 4th, Trevor Lawrence, Deshaun Watson, and Jake Fromm, who led Georgia to a national championship. So, pretty good company.
Yes, sir, and showing it today. Here comes a Nate Keller kick, and this will travel again well back in the end zone and not be returned. So Washington gets the ball back. Louisville 276 total yards, pretty even passing and running, 143 through the air, 133 on the ground. Washington 269 total yards. They have rushed for just 68 yards.
TJ Quinn is back out there for this series. He missed the end of that last series. And as we said, Thor Griffith, who was out the first half, playing some snaps here now up front for Louisville. He and Destel rotating.
Griffith could not play the first half because of a targeting penalty at the Kentucky game. 1st and 10 from the 25. Here's the handoff. Little hesitation, and nailed and then pushed backwards. Nowhere to go that time, as we did see Coleman back in. been their primary running back. He did not play in the first series, but took the carry then. Coleman has rushed just 6 times for 29 yards, came into the game with a little over 1,000 rushing yards.
Thor and Garrard there. Quinn cleans it up. Louisville doing a nice job on the running game when it's not the quarterback. They're limiting him to hardly anything.
2nd down and 10, and Williams takes the snap, drops back to throw it. Pressure on him, and he squirts out of it again. 25, runs to the 30, and out of bounds at the 35-yard line. He is just so quick. See if he did not get the first down. They marked him at the 34, so that'll be a gain of 9. Louisville, I'm telling you, so many times I've been within an eyelash of him, but he's just quick enough to elude the rush.
That one's a tough one there because they had him twice in the backfield. He's just so quick.
11 carries for 40 yards for the quarterback. This is a handoff, and again, they bottle up the running back. No gain for Coleman.
That was Jordan Garrard right there, and that's a big-time play. Just blew up his guy at the line of scrimmage, actually went in and made the tackle. They gave him a good spot. No, they were going to mark it. They're going to mark it back. I was going to say, they gave him a great spot because that was a big-time play there by Garrard.
Yeah, it was 3rd and 1, and they knocked him back a yard, so they're going to punt.
This defensive line dominating right now.
Jack McAllister will punt to Lacy. Louisville's had a pretty decent rush on some of these. They don't come too hard after this one. Kicked up another high, but it's kind of a knuckleballer, and it's caught at the 30 by Lacy. Runs along the 30, turns to the 35, and out of bounds just short of the 40-yard line. He was pursued well into the Louisville bench area by the Washington players, so people took exception to that, but there was no contact that I could see. They just kept running a ways out of bounds. So the Cards, who scored last time they had the ball, get it back, leading 28-21 with 3 minutes left in the third quarter, and we'll be back for more. This is Cardinal Football from Learfield.
Cards fans, get your ales up. U of L Athletics has partnered with locally owned Gravely Brewing to bring you Cardin Ale, the official craft beer of the Louisville Cardinals. A new tradition for your pregame tailgate, celebrating inside the stadium or while you're watching at home. This crisp, light-bodied blonde ale is the perfect beer for wherever you are on game day. Sip and support your Louisville Cardinals to victory with Cardin Ale from Gravely Brewing, where fresh beer is everything.
The Galt House Hotel is ready to be your legendary Louisville destination. We have your answer to that long overdue date night or reunion with friends. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner in Walker's Exchange, monthly bourbon dinners at Swizzle, or cigar lounge nights on the Walker's patio, your visit will be nothing short of legendary at the Galt House Hotel, the official hotel partner of the Louisville Cardinals.
Bailey throws to goal line, wide open, caught, touchdown, right down the middle of the field. It went to Kariski. Harrison Bailey has thrown 3 touchdown passes for Louisville today. That was the most recent one, and it provided the only score of the second half. We have 3 minutes left in the third quarter, and Louisville leads Washington 28-21. Paul Rogers and Jody Demling here at the Sun Bowl, and been an admirable performance by Bailey, making his first start for the Cardinals today, Jody.
It really has been. He's very confident. As we said, if you're ever around this kid, if you've seen him, if you've come to a spring practice or a fall practice and you've watched the quarterbacks, he's got... What do you call it? I don't want to say he's cocky. He's got that air about him.
You want to call it the it factor?
No, it's kind of that. He's kind of cocky in a way, but it's in a good way. It's not like I'm better than you, but he's got that. He's got that thing that the quarterbacks have, and it's a little moxie.
One thing I like about him, he's been pretty cool in the pocket all day, but I think his throwing has gotten better as the game has worn on. He's been very accurate in the second half.
The other thing is, somebody made a point to me. It's one thing to throw all season on the scout team to the third and fourth string receivers. It's a little better to throw to the top guys, and we've seen that today. He's getting used to it.
1st and 10, Louisville from the 37-yard line. They just fielded a punt here, and we'll start this possession with 3 minutes left in the third quarter. 2 receivers to the right. Martin is in as the fullback ahead of the running back. Bailey from under center. Gets it from Niagara, hands it off, and there's Watson. Explodes ahead to the 50. Watson down the sideline to the 40, to the 30, to the 20. Oh, they just finally caught him at the 10-yard line. He outran a couple of guys I thought might catch him and couldn't get past the last one. But a huge gain by Duke Watson puts Louisville right back in business. That went for 54 yards.
Talk about those short yardage plays that his average was coming down. That'll help it. And some good blocking on the outside. Again, Antonio Meeks with a nice block downfield. But that Duke Watson, just all effort there at the end.
First and goal in the red zone for Louisville. That just raised average to 9 yards a carry on the season average. It was 3.3 before that. Here's the snap, and it's a give to Lacy around the right. Lacy contact at the goal line and fights his way in for the touchdown. Colin Lacy adds another score to the Cardinals.
Chris Bell with a great block. Duke Watson with a great block. But I can't tell who it was. It might have been Kariski. Somebody with the ceiling block. And then Colin Lacy gets hit and spins the last 2 yards for a touchdown.
Now, Bell got the final block right at the goal line, enabling to get in. That's great when receivers help receivers, and another receiver with a rushing touchdown.
It was Kariski at the 5-yard line.
Here's the extra point attempt. It is good, and Louisville suddenly has scored twice and now leads at 35-21. That was a quick-hitting, 2-play, 62-yard march for the Cardinals that took less than a minute off the clock. We'll take a bonus break here, stations. We mentioned CBS kind of likes to throw in a lot of timeouts during our football games. Louisville leads 35-21, 2:07 left in quarter number 3. This is Cardinal football from Learfield. Quick bonus break.
Toyotathon is on. The perfect time to save on a new Toyota truck. Now through January 6th, get a great lease deal or $2,000 customer cash on a new 24 or 25 Tundra. Excludes TRD Pro. Or get 3.99 APR financing plus $1,000 APR cash on remaining new 24 Tacomas. With approved credit through TFS. Excludes TRD Pro and Trail Hunter models. For complete details, go to Toyota.com. Nobody builds trucks better than Toyota. Let's go places.
Get the drinks and snacks. Get the streamers and confetti. Get the party hats and funny glasses. Get the noisemakers and balloons. But if you're even a little buzzed this New Year's Eve, do not get behind the wheel. Get a ride. Drive sober or get pulled over. A message from the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
Every Tuesday during football season, it's Louie Tuesdays at Mike's Car Wash. Get $5 off Mike's top 2 washes. Mike's is open daily from 7 a.m. until 9 p.m. Paul Rogers, Jody Demling at the Sun Bowl. Louisville and Washington were tied at the half, 21-21, and Washington had scored right at the end of the half to tie it and had the first possession of the second half. So there was maybe a bit of concern. Well, all Louisville did was stop Washington on their possession. The Cards came down and scored, forced a punt, and went down and scored. And now all of a sudden it's 35-21. Here's what's happened in the third quarter. Louisville's outscored them 14-0. Total yards, 149-46. I was looking for rushing yards. They're averaging 10 yards per carry. They've rushed for 85 yards and a pass for 64. Washington has rushed for 13 and passed for 33. So the Cardinals have dominated the third quarter, which has 2 minutes and 7 seconds left, and they lead 35-21 over the Huskies.
Greg Swabeck would be happy with me. We're 14-0, and when I'm standing up, and I'm not going to sit back down.
Yeah, better stay in that spot.
Very, very good response from Louisville here after the late first half touchdown from Washington.
Here comes another killer kickoff. They've all been well back in the end zone. And this one also will carry quite deep.
Boy, there's no wind, man. He just, I guess because he hasn't done a whole lot for a couple of weeks. You know what I mean? I mean, they're actually fresh. He's got a live leg. Two of his 4 have been on the back of the end zone.
So the Cardinals with 2 stops here in this third quarter. Freshman quarterback Devon Williams has completed 12 of 15 throws for 201 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's also a dangerous runner. Not always for big gains, but at least from escaping trouble in the pocket. Here's the snap to him, and he drops back to throw, standing there, throwing a long ball, and his man has the step, and he got it at the 30-yard line. Tight coverage downfield, and still Hunter pulled in the catch.
Mosby did a decent job of running right with him, and just a nice throw and a tough catch.
His best throws have been long balls. That one went for 47. He had a 40-yard touchdown pass and a 49-yard touchdown pass. So Williams putting up the numbers.
And as you mentioned earlier, when the pocket closes down is when it really seems like he throws a better ball.
Coleman, his back is to the left. Here's the snap. He's looking to throw. He's standing still now. Now tries to run out of there, and this time can't escape as Louisville had him well contained, and there was just nowhere to go. Dropped at the 35-yard line.
I think it was Ramon Puryear again. He's playing his last career game, unless they can get an extra year somehow for Ramon Puryear, and he's playing a whale of a game. Is the 3 or 4 cards right there. I don't know who they credit it with.
That's the second sack by Louisville today. Might have been the third. I'm not sure if they've actually tallied that one up yet.
They have not.
So it's 2nd down and 12. He's from under center. And he's going to fake the handoff and set. Pressure again. Sacked again. Back at the 42. That time it was Garrod.
And Garrod, a spin move at the line of scrimmage, just kind of bull rushes the guy after that. And boy, oh boy, closing speed with Garrod. They gave the previous one to Griffith. Puryear could have had it. That time Garrod gets it. Griffith right there. Louisville's defensive line dominating right now.
Loss of 3 on that play.
Even on the long passes that they've completed, the defensive line is right there. They're just within a second of getting him on those.
It's 3rd down and 19. And here is Williams back, searching right over the middle. Has his man. He's caught, and he's down at the 31-yard line. Louisville gave him a pretty good cushion. He completed it to Muhammad out of the backfield. So it's going to be 4th down, although we got some flaring tempers again down there after the play.
And we have a flag, and we've got a Louisville guy who's down in the middle of all that. It was, I think, Hutchinson.
I saw Garrod up in somebody's face.
Hopefully Hutchinson did. Hutchinson came flying again.
Did they ever throw a flag?
Yes, there's a flag over from the backside judge over on. It's on.
I see it just inside the 20-yard line over there. The PA.
After the play was over. It's sportsmanlike conduct. Number 5 of the offense. 15-yard penalty. 4th down.
Wow.
It's the end of the 3rd quarter.
A little acting from Hutchinson again, but that time he got thrown to the ground. He acted to make it look worse, but they actually threw the flag on that one.
So that's the last play of the 4th quarter, which will be 15 yards against Washington, who will then apparently punt the ball away to Louisville when we come back for quarter number 3. 35-21. Louisville on top after 3. This is Cardinal football from Learfield.
The Galt House Hotel is ready to be your legendary Louisville destination. We have your answer to that long overdue date night or reunion with friends. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner in Walker's Exchange, monthly bourbon dinners at Swizzle, or cigar lounge nights on the Walker's patio, your visit will be nothing short of legendary at the Galt House Hotel, the official hotel partner of the Louisville Cardinals.
Today's game is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Protect your family, your phone, and your furry friends with life, electronic device, and pet health insurance. This is Louisville Cardinals football from Learfield.
Get ready for game-changing news. Hightower Men's Clinic is your go-to for tackling erectile dysfunction with an all-natural, non-invasive approach that requires no drugs or needles. Our innovative technique is considered the new standard in ED treatment. Plus, we're here to assist with plantar fasciitis, weight loss, and neuropathy, helping you achieve optimal health. Ready to get the life you deserve? Visit hightowermens.com today. That's hightowermens.com.
Did you know that the Jumpweiler Automotive family has sold over 1 million cars in the last 50 years, and we've been in the Louisville market for over 40? Did you know we've been voted the top company to work for annually since 2009? Visit us at Jeff Weiler Toyota in Clarksville, Jeff Weiler Nissan, Jeff Weiler Honda Auto Mall, and Mercedes-Benz of Louisville. Or go to Weiler.com. Jeff Weiler, the official automotive sponsor of the Louisville Cardinals.
We played 3 quarters in the Sun Bowl, getting ready to start quarter number 4. A good third quarter for the Cards, who outscored Washington 14-0 and lead 35-21 as we go into the final period. In the meantime, a couple of other bowl games in progress. Jody?
Yes, there is. And how about this one? Michigan 19, Alabama. I thought they should have been in the college football playoff. That's what people were saying. 13. Alabama finishes 9-4. It snaps a 16-year streak of 10 wins or more for the Crimson Tide as Michigan beats them in the ReliaQuest Bowl. We've got Illinois up 7-3 on South Carolina in the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. And in the Kinder's Texas Bowl, LSU putting it on early in the second quarter, 28-7 over Baylor. And I know we're talking college football, but I got to find my college basketball scores here because this one's going to help the resume of the Louisville Cardinals. How about a 62-61 victory? West Virginia over Kansas in Lawrence. 62-61 West Virginia. Kentucky 88-54 over Brown. Baylor beat Utah. And just starting, Virginia Tech up 10-5 over Duke. That one's real early in Durham.
Scores brought to you by Clark & Riggs, the leader in print solutions and more to drive business. Learn more at morethanaprinter.com. That West Virginia win helping Louisville because, of course, Louisville defeated West Virginia back in the battle for Atlantis. Here comes a punt from the Huskies to Louisville. McAllister stands at the 40, gets it away, very high, end over end, fair catch being called for and taken at the 13-yard line by Lacy.
Boy, I'm really thinking, and I know we got a whole quarter here to play, but think about calling Lacy and Chris Bell a whole year with Duke and Isaac in the backfield. A lot of these guys on the line back, plus you add 4 already out of the portal, and Miller Moss picking defenses apart.
Hey, wait, he might have to beat out Harrison Bailey first.
Exactly. By the way, I just got somebody that tweeted at me earlier. Harrison Bailey has got another year left. I know there was a story this week that said he's playing his final college game. He plans on coming back from everything we understand right now.
He's 13 of 20 for 143 yards and 3 touchdowns as Louisville starts this possession, leading 35-21. Bailey has the back behind him, and he will get it. Bounces outside, Brown to the 15, to the 20, and then steps out of bounds. Brown picked up about 7 on that. Louisville has run the ball for right at 200 yards after that game.
I think he lost his shoe. Came up limping a little bit. Glad to see it wasn't a limp. It was just his shoe was half off. He said, Coach, Duke got a good one. I need to get back in there and get my average up a little bit.
So Brown is averaging 6.5. Watson averaging 9.3 after he reeled off that 54-yard run right before the last touchdown by Louisville. It's 2nd down and 3. And here is Brown again. A little hesitation, then forges ahead, and I think gets enough for a first down. Yep, they move the chains.
To the 23-yard line.
Brown is now closing in on another 100-yard gain. Set a freshman record with 1,074 yards, which is the second best by any freshman in the country this season.
Chris Hughes checking in for Colin Lacy. Lacy's had a big game. The offensive line doing a good job.
Brown seemed, remember, just a half step slow at the start of the game, but has since come on and run really well, and so is Duke Watson. And those two, they were counting on big games from them, and they're getting them. 1st and 10 Cards from the 23. Redmond motions toward the right. Here's a handoff again to Brown. He knifes ahead and gains about 2, possibly 3. 35-21, Louisville leading. We have just gotten the 4th quarter underway. 65 degrees, bright sunny skies on a beautiful West Texas day for the 91st Sun Bowl.
Paul, I really thought we might see Deuce Adams, the true freshman from Austin, Texas here, as Louisville's backup, but the way Harrison has played, it's like you got to roll with him, and he's going like he is.
We still could if Louisville could maintain this lead and get into the late stages, but I don't think you want to make a change now, the way things are going. Here's Bailey, back to throw again. Good protection, guns it. That's incomplete. Had to jump and had it briefly, but Lacy couldn't hang on to it at the 30-yard line.
A little bit. That's probably the worst throw of the day, and it's not that bad. It's just off target enough to where Colin Lacy had to go up and try to get it.
Yeah, that's going to bring up 3rd down and about 7 for Louisville. The Cards solid 5 of 11 on their 3rd downs today. But Washington gives up 44% on 3rd, so Louisville's taking advantage of that.
It's a big number.
Bailey drops back to throw it again, fires to the far sideline. Nice grab over there. Completion for a 1st down. He got it to Bell. Took it in at the 37-yard line.
It's just different. Tyler Shuck ball right there would have hit Chris Bell in the numbers and hurt. That ball flutters a little bit. It's a good throw. It's just not as strong as we're used to seeing, because when he threw it, I'm like, uh-oh, it looks like it's going to get picked. But no, Chris Bell was the only one who could catch that, and so Harrison Bailey doing a really good job.
Yeah, the balls just take a teeny bit longer to get there, giving the corner a possible play. It was Ephesians Prysock who got close to wrap him up, but he held on for the catch. 1st down at the 38. And here's a fake to Brown to throw out here in the flat to Kariski at the 40 rather, and to the 42-yard line. They caught the touchdown recently for the Cards, his 3rd of the year.
Gonna mark that the 41. So positive gains, eat some clock up. Let's get out of here and have a 3-game winning streak to end the season. That would be
the exact opposite of a year ago.
Phenomenal for this team.
2nd down and 7. 3 receivers to the right. Tight end Kariski on the left. Brown is to the left of Bailey. Now Bailey gets it. Gives to Brown. Isaac shoots ahead. Crosses the 45. Got to possibly the 46. Let's see where they mark it down. It's going to be about 3 yards short.
Boy,
he's right on the 45. I thought he got a little more than that.
Yeah, that's a tough spot.
So it's going to bring up 3rd down and close to 4. Again, Louisville now 6 of 12 on their 3rd downs today. There goes Bell wide to the right, and Hicks is the receiver to the left, with Hughes in the slot. Hughes motions to the right. Hand off to Brown. Oop, they yanked him down in the backfield. A loss of about a yard, and it's going to be 4th down. And apparently a punt coming up for the Cards.
Yeah, and I don't know, Harrison, on that one. It took a little time. Something looked off. And he's looking over to the sideline, talking as he walks over, talking to Coach Brom about something just looked off from that play at the beginning.
Carter Schwartz has been the punter today, and he'll let this one go to Boston, who is going to wait around the 15-yard line or so.
Remember, he fumbled the last one.
He did recover it himself.
Yes.
But Louisville had a chance to get it, they thought. Not much of a rush. Good kick. Whoa, this one sails. It's going to bounce, though, right at near the goal line and straight up in the air. The Cards down. And, oh, boy. Had the old wedge shot, bit and bounced straight up in the air.
Chris Hughes again.
For a 55-yard punt. That punt by Carter Schwartz is a career best for the former Trinity High School player. And Washington will be backed up inside its own 5, trailing by 14, 35-21. We have 9:52 to play, and we'll take a break. This is Cardinal football from Learfield.
Imagine if you had 100 years to dedicate yourself to fun and wonder. That's exactly what Kentucky State Parks is celebrating this year. 100 years of unmatched scenery and history, with guided hikes and acclaimed golf, plus all kinds of cozy lodging and accommodations. Dedicate your weekends to creating memories that last a lifetime at parks.ky.gov.
At PNC Bank, they're one of Louisville's biggest fans, and they're committed to supporting everything that makes Louisville a great place to call home. That includes serving students, alumni, faculty, and staff as the official bank of the University of Louisville, and committing their time and resources to the programs and events that help keep Louisville a vibrant community. Visit pnc.com/Visa debit card to learn more. PNC Bank National Association, member FDIC.
Here's the snap, and it's a give to Lacy around the right. Lacy contact at the goal line and fights his way in for the touchdown. Colin Lacy has a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown today. And the Louisville Cardinals have a 35-21 lead over the Washington Huskies in the Sun Bowl. We have 9:52 left to play in the fourth quarter. And a punt has just pinned Washington deep in their own territory. They'll have to start back at their own 3-yard line. It's been a terrific second half here for the Cards so far, Jody Demling.
It has been, and special teams have been solid. They haven't had to attempt a field goal, but without Brady Hodges today, we talked about that. He opted out. Carter Schwartz is the guy, and we saw there in the first half, the end of the first half, a very nice punt that was hard to handle, but that one right there, pinning them back in. That's the second time the Louisville's pinned them inside the 5-yard line with a punt today.
Yeah, that was a career-best 54-yard punt by Schwartz. Brown and Watson could each have 100-yard rushing games again today. They did that. I believe they did in the Kentucky game, did they not? They both had huge games there.
That was the first time 2 100-yard games for a freshman. Kelly Dickey tells me.
Watson was the first Louisville freshman ever to run for 3 touchdowns in a game since 1955. Brown and Watson, the first time 2 freshmen have had touchdowns rushing and receiving since 1954. So these guys have been a pretty fantastic duo, and hoping we will indeed see him back next year. Here's the snap, pressure in the end zone, but he gets it out of there and caught on a sliding grab at the 11-yard line. So he got him out of immediate danger. Audric Harris, the freshman from Bellflower, California, makes the grab. It'll be second down and about 2.
Yeah, Boston, their receiver not out there. He went in the injury tent. It's right in front of us. I see he's just going to get his helmet coming out of there. Not sure what's wrong with him.
So 3 receivers head out to the left. Here's the snap, and he doesn't give it. He keeps it himself and runs it to the 15-yard line, which is enough for the first down on the keeper by Devon Williams, the freshman quarterback.
He took a beating on that as there's 4 cards collided on him, and it wasn't little guys either. It was Tell and Conga and Juriante Davis and Dan Foster. Davis and Foster, the 2 lines. So Stanquan Clark and TJ Quinn both out on this series.
Louisville leading 35-21. Here's the snap and a throw out to the left side, and they've got him hemmed in pretty well and made the grab on Giles Jackson after just a short gain to about the 19-yard line.
I can't tell you how good Antonio Watts is and what he does. He's going to be one of the best players in the league next year. He read that perfectly, came up, makes the shoestring tackle, gets the tackle, and he is everywhere, and he's played every snap of this game.
Second down and 7 from the 19 for the Huskies. And Williams gets it, buys some time as he rolls out to the right. Throwing a short one out here to Coleman at the 25 and steps out of bounds. I think he'll get the first down. He needed the 25, and it was right at that spot. Yep, first down, Huskies. Williams, I mentioned, has a tremendous completion percentage, 70% for the backup quarterback, who's played some in each game and then played all of the Oregon game. Today he's completed 17 of 20. It's exactly what he did at Oregon. He's gone for 272 yards and 2 touchdowns.
They're either deep throws with nobody guarding them, or they're little bitty short throws.
Back to throw again. Protection breaks down. This is where he's dangerous. Now he does let one go and heaves it out of bounds. Incomplete pass. Yeah, I have to say this. I've been very impressed with his long ball. He has thrown, 3 long passes of over 40 yards today. He does throw a very accurate ball, but a lot of them are of the shorter variety as well.
I think Louisville wanted...
I wasn't sure he was out of the pocket for that.
Well, but there was the receiver, the tight end had kind of gotten held up, and he threw it to the tight end. It just was about 5 yards over his head. There was actually a receiver in the area there, is what I thought.
He's second down and 10 from the 25. Louisville leading 35-21 midway through the fourth quarter. Here's the snap again. Lets it go. He's got his man, but wrapped up, and he's going to be thrown down for no gain on the play.
Dan Foster. Tell you what, these backup guys, Paul, you said it earlier, you give them a chance and see what they can do. They're making plays for Louisville.
Yeah, we had said while they've lost some stars, there's a good bit of experience that was out there, and guys that had some playing time, and certainly taking advantage of it today. So it's third down and 7 from the 28. Running back Muhammad started out as wide receiver, now comes back to set up next to the quarterback, Wilson. And here they come with the rush. He throws it over the middle. He's got his tight end. They knock him backwards, and he's right at the 35-yard line, which he needed for the first down. It was the tight end, Kaliki Latu, and I'm not sure. Yep, they're going to give him the first down.
He just literally at the mark. Dan Foster again with the tackle. Foster's tapped himself out. He needs a break. 3 tackles in a row, running all over the field. So Stanquan Clark comes back in for him.
Well, the good news is they're running some clock and not getting big chunks of yardage, and Louisville with a 2-touchdown lead.
TJ Capers now in at linebacker for Louisville.
Here's a snap again to Williams. Pressured. Rolls out to the left. Sidestepping still. Now scoots out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Picked up about 3 or 4 on that.
And I thought I saw a flag, but was not.
Louisville outscored Washington 14-0 in the third quarter. After it was tied at halftime, no scoring yet in the fourth, but a lot of time has elapsed. Under 6 minutes now, Louisville on top 35-21. Wide side of the field is to the right, 2 receivers out that way. Running back motions left a throw to the right, and good tackle by Louisville. Coming down to chase down the receiver, Giles Jackson.
Brought down at the 43-yard line.
Chippy again. TJ Capers pulling Stanquan Clark out of there. That one, Paul, Richard Kinley was standing up basically in a defensive end stance, ran in and then turned around and chased down the running back from behind. He did a nice job defensively there.
3rd and 3. There's the clap and the snap, and runs it straight up the middle. Now bounces outside to the right and brought down at the 50-yard line, but again, he'll have a scrambling first down.
But taking a long time. We're under 5 minutes now. I told you there was going to be a quick quarter at some point.
One of them would be anyway. 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line for Washington. 4:44 to go now. Here's a handoff again, and Muhammad can't escape. That was Kinley again. He was there to wrap him up.
Kinley and Logan are playing. This is the last snaps of their careers out there for those two guys. For 1 year they came here. They didn't opt out. They decided, hey, we're going to go play this bowl game, and they're having fun out there. Richard Kinley making some plays.
2nd down and 10. Nearing the 4-minute mark. Louisville with a 2-touchdown lead. Here's Williams back to throw again. Has time this time. Fires a dart downfield. Nice grab at the 31-yard line. Boy, that was a low throw that got to Rashid Williams for his first catch of the day. I mean, it was a dart that got to him in a hurry at the 31-yard line.
Injured Louisville player.
That's maybe their biggest gain on this drive. Everything had kind of come in small pieces. Do they call a timeout, or is it just an injury deal?
It's an injury, but they've done to take a timeout, but it's an injury deal.
Please set the game clock to 3:56. 3:56.
That was a 19-yard completion on that play that gets them to the 31, but we're under 4 minutes now. Louisville 35, Washington 21. Cards have outscored them 14-0 in the second half. And we'll step away and take our timeout here with 3:56 to go, 35-21 Cards. This is Cardinal football from Learfield.
These days, your company needs more than a printer. You need Clark & Riggs. Clark & Riggs offers, well, everything. On-demand and variable data printing, direct mail management, e-commerce solutions, warehousing and fulfillment, rapid prototyping, retail solutions from large format signage and point-of-purchase material to branded decor and fixtures, the best offset and digital printing in the business, and a lot more. See it all at morethanaprinter.com.
At R&B Roofing and Remodeling, we're proud supporters of our community. That's why we're thrilled to sponsor the University of Louisville football team's community service program, helping make a positive impact right here at home. Whether you're looking to revamp your living space or protect your home with a rock-solid roof, R&B has you covered. Don't settle for less when you can choose the best. Visit GottaBeRnB.com today and experience the top-notch craftsmanship that sets us apart. Get ready to score big with R&B Roofing and Remodeling.
It's gotta be RNB.com.
When holidays get real, start at Kohl's and Kohls.com, where you'll find amazing deals on everything you need all in one place, so you can focus on the moments that matter. Kohl's, where family comes first. Paul Rogers and Jody Demling here at the Sun Bowl. The crowd has emptied out to some degree. Had a really nice crowd in here today. It seats 48,000, wasn't quite full, but a good number of people here enjoying a typically West Texas sunny winter day. Louisville leads Washington 35-21. with 3:56 to play. Washington has had the ball for a while here, almost 6 minutes to move it downfield, but still only to the 31-yard line. They covered 66 yards in 12 plays so far. They haven't really shown a lot of urgency, and Louisville content to let them eat some clock. But obviously, if the Huskies score here, that would get them within one score, and then you get the whether to onside kick or not. But Cards are hoping it doesn't come to that. I see those T-shirts being shot out of the gun you mentioned a while ago, and they kind of distracting. They look like they're coming right up to us.
I know.
When they first are shot. 1st and 10 from the 31 of Louisville. Williams brings it in, drops, looks, now steps up, now guns it downfield, and he's got his open man. There's the touchdown in front of Griffin. He completed it to Giles Jackson, so the Huskies not done yet. That is the third touchdown pass thrown by Williams.
Yeah, and again, just a total bust in the secondary. That one on MJ Griffin is he just doesn't go with the guy who runs a crossing pattern. Not sure really kind of what the safeties were looking at there.
That is 336 yards passing and 3 touchdowns for the freshman quarterback. Damon Williams has completed 22 of 26. And here is the extra point. He drills it through, and it's a one-score game, 35-28. With 3:42 left, do they onside kick, or do they kick it away and try to get it back?
I think you kick it away and try to get it back. I think you know Louisville's got the 2 good backs, but you also know that they've got a quarterback who's played well today, but he still hasn't got a lot of experience, and at the end of a game is a total different thing. So I think you kick it away.
Well, they did force a Louisville punt last time, but the 2 times before that, Louisville scored touchdowns. So we're going to have another decision. They've taken a timeout here, but they're also going to take one at the 2-minute break. So we'll kind of keep it here and entertain you with our witty commentary as we see if we can nurse Louisville to the finish line here in the Sun Bowl. Get your L's up and head to your nearest Liquor Barn or Party Mart store, an official partner of the Louisville Cardinals. You can place an order for pickup or delivery through the Liquor Barn website or app. It's easy to shop for your favorite beer, wine, and spirits at Liquor Barn and at Party Mart. Louisville last year had roaring along at 10-1 and then unfortunately stumbled in their last 3 games. This year, Louisville had that just gut-wrenching loss at Stanford, but bounced back with 2 terrific games against Pittsburgh and Kentucky, and trying to get another one here, which would finish this year on a 3-game winning streak, which would get them to 9-4 this year after going 10-4 last year. Extra game last year because, of course, they played in the conference championship game.
I think, like I said, there's a lot of bowl games out there, and I know a lot of people say they don't mean a whole lot of stuff, but for Louisville, as we said at the beginning, to end the season on a 3-game winning streak would mean some really good momentum moving forward. And plus if you win this game, I want to see cereal dumped on Coach Braum. I want to see how he deals with that. I think that's what they do, don't they?
I don't know. I'm kind of not into the post-game shenanigans. I'll say this, and I'm amongst the critics of how bowls don't mean what they used to, with teams not really intact the way they've been throughout the season. But in their defense, the players that play in these games do want to play it. It means a lot to them. I remember even going back to the Fenway Bowl when there was all that chaos of the coaching change and guys opting out, and you wondered, why are we even here? And then I saw the delight on the faces of the players who did play and won that game and how much it meant to them. So you don't want to take that away from them. They've earned that, and they should be able to enjoy it. This one is far from secure. 35-28, Louisville leading, 3:42 left, and here comes the Washington kick. They're lined up as if they're going to kick it away. Let's see. And they do. And it'll be way back, in fact, out of the end zone.
All right, get a couple first downs.
Was it the Kentucky game that Louisville held the ball the last 8+ minutes, or was that the Pittsburgh game? I think it might have been Pittsburgh.
One of the last two
one
games.
Of the later games when they had the ball, got it back with, I think it was over 9 minutes to go. I believe it was the Pitt game, I think. Washington, got it with over 9 minutes left and never gave it back.
Washington has 3 timeouts and the 2-minute timeout.
1st and 10 from the 25. Louisville leading 35-28. Can they close it out? Double tight end shift over to the left. Bailey brings in the snap. He's going to throw it, and he gets rid of it quickly. Out here to Kariski at the 25. Kariski pulls away at the 30 and then steps out of bounds at the 31. So a good 6-yard gain on the first play.
And he tried to stay in bounds. That's the sign of a good veteran there. Kariski spun around, and as he did, he tried to get down and stay in bounds, but couldn't keep his balance, and as he was getting tackled and did go out.
I wasn't sure Nate Kariski was going to play today. He wounds up, it turns out that's his 3rd catch for 24 yards, and he had a huge touchdown earlier, the one that put them ahead. 2nd down and 4. 2 receivers come to left. Bell is in the slot. Now the tight end comes that way also, and here's a handoff, and there's Watson. Oh, man, they bash him. He got nowhere. Duke Watson, 9 yards per carry average meant nothing then. He got 0. And a timeout.
Timeout, Washington.
2:55
First charge,
left.
timeout of the half. Washington. Please hit the game clock to 2:57. Immediate timeout.
So Washington used it. They still have 2 more remaining and the 2-minute warning. And
Thank
Louisville
you.
facing 3rd down here, 3rd and 6. Big play. They don't really want to give the ball back up to the Huskies.
No, not at this point, and you put a lot of pressure again on Bailey on this play, but then you turn around, you put pressure on Carter Schwartz as the punter to make sure you get a good punt. Special teams is missing some guys. This is just, you're too deep at the 29, just inside the 30-yard line here to give it back. You need to at least get 1 first down here. I mean, I'd love for you to get 2 or 3 first downs and end this thing, but you really need to get this one.
The last time Washington held the ball, they ground out a 97-yard drive in 13 plays that took 6 minutes and 10 seconds off the clock. That's the drive that brought them to with this current score of 35-28.
Yeah, and it was about 5.5 minutes, a little over 5.5 minutes to get 50 yards of there, and then the 2 big plays, the last 2 plays, the 2 big plays that scored the touchdown. So, big one here for the Cards.
The ball is just short of the 30-yard line. It's 3rd down and a bit over 5. 35-28 Louisville. 2:57 left in the game. Louisville outscored them 14-0 in the 3rd quarter. Washington got one of those touchdowns back on their last possession. A lot of pointing from the Huskies defense. They got 4 right on the line up front. Louisville has 2 backs in the backfield around Harrison Bailey. And Bailey will drop back to throw. They rush for it. Bailey throws deflected and incomplete. Deflected by a lineman and drops incomplete at the 35-yard line. Had a chance to be intercepted. Those fluttered loose balls give you worry, but Louisville is going to have to give it up. Here comes the punt unit.
Yeah, and he had Colin Lacy there, Paul. He had him Colin Lacy lined up in the backfield. That's what Washington was pointing at. They knew they were pointing him in the backfield, and he just kind of came out a little route and kind of tucked back in. He had him open right at the sticks. Would have been a first down.
Here comes a punt to Hunter. High and rather wobbly. It's going to bounce forward, and he picks it up at the 25, up the sideline to the 35, and tumbled down before he can get to the 40-yard line. So Washington's going to have a final chance here. 2:38 to play, trailing 35-28.
Still haven't seen Boston out there. That was Hunter deep on that one. Boston been deep on the other ones. He was in the injury tent during that last series, and I don't see him out there.
Boston is their leading receiver with 807 yards this year. Today, 3 catches for 27 yards. They give the ball out to the 38-yard line. 2:38 to play, plenty of time. They've got 2 timeouts left and the 2-minute warning yet to go. Williams takes in a snap. Drifts right. Tries to run. Does run to the 40. Dumped down at the 45-yard line. Hutchinson took a lunge at him and knocked him off balance after a pickup of about 7 yards.
Thor Griffith trying everything he could to chase him down.
Yeah, he was tracking him, just could not quite keep up with him. 2nd down and 3. The clock moving, nearing 2 minutes. Williams takes it. Hands it, stutter step, and bounce outside by Coleman. Back to the middle. Oh, boy, that might have saved a lot. Down at the 40-yard line on just a desperate lunge by Ramon Mosby, who's seeing his most extensive playing time today, was able to pull him down at the 41. And that's the 2-minute warning, or 2-minute timeout, technically, as it's supposed to be called. Louisville leading 35-28, but this is far from over. Washington has a first down at the Cardinals' 41-yard line. We'll be back. This is Cardinal football from Learfield.
You know First Urology, but did you know that we've treated more men with ED than all others in the Kentuckiana area combined? So don't go to one of those high-priced clinics. Come to First Urology and see a board-certified urologist. We have the latest technologies, including Eurowave, which uses acoustic energy. Eurowave works even when other treatments have failed. So schedule a free consultation today by visiting www.eurowavelouisville.com. That's www.eurowavelouisville.com. First Urology. Get checked.
Toyotathon is on. Our biggest event of the year is better than ever with our biggest and best selection, including the best-selling Toyota Camry. It's all hybrid all the time with available all-wheel drive. Now through January 6th, you can lease a Camry LE from just $259 a month for 39 months with $32.99 due at signing with approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Looks like a pretty tense finish here at the Sun Bowl. 2 minutes to play. Washington has possession of the football, 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Louisville leads the Huskies 35-21. It was 21-21 at halftime. Louisville dominated the third quarter. They led 35-21, scoring 14 points in the third, but Washington has a fourth quarter touchdown. That came on a long drive in their previous possession to this one. Louisville got the ball back, hoping they could run out the clock. They could not. They had to punt it away, and now Washington has worked it back, as I said, to the 41-yard line of Louisville.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, Paul. Somebody's got to step up and make a play here. One of these defensive guys that need to either get a sack or something. 2 timeouts left, is that right, for Washington?
2 for Washington, still remaining. Louisville came in averaging 455 yards per game. That's 11th best in the country. They were putting up 36 points per game. Today, they've actually been outgained by the Huskies, 439 to 373. Louisville's last 2 games, they allowed only 265 yards to Pittsburgh and held Kentucky to 328, but the Huskies have come through behind a brilliant performance by their freshman quarterback. Devon Williams has completed 22 of 26 for 336 yards and 3 touchdowns.
And just thinking ahead, if Washington scores, I would imagine that Jed Fish goes for 2. If you're 6-6,
yeah, maybe
you go for 2. In my opinion.
By the way, Williams is also their leading rusher, 17 carries for 53 yards. I don't remember really if any of those were designed runs. Virtually all of them have been scrambles.
They really have been all scrambles.
Williams sets up with the back to his right, 2 receivers to the wide left. Coleman motions out of the backfield, throws a short one to the right, and good play. Garrod gets to him. He does finally pull away a little bit, but Garrod slowed him after the completion of the big tight end there, Latu. Got a virtually no gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 41.
Clock continues to run under 140.
Here comes the snap back. Louisville rushes a linebacker. He steps up. Now he's bottled up, backs away, still trying to get rid of it. Does. Oh, my gosh, a miracle throw and a catch. And now he's on the run at the 20, pulls down to the 10, and down to the 5-yard line. It went down to Hunter. I don't know how in the world Williams got out of that. Louisville had him completely bottled up, it appeared, more than once. And then when he threw it, he was falling down.
He was getting hit when he threw it.
I thought it was a bad throw.
Yeah,
I thought it was
time out of the half.
I thought it was just going to be a ball that goes short, and kind of goes out there as he just throws it away.
It was just a desperate, I thought, throwaway that would be maybe even intercepted. Instead, he got it to his receiver and Washington deep in Louisville territory. But they do need 6. They cannot settle for a field goal.
They take a timeout, so just one timeout left. Quite honestly, Paul, I don't know that I would have taken a timeout there. I guess everybody was coming down the field, but still, once that ball got marked, you still have over a minute left. I'd rather have the timeout than the 5 or 6 seconds here when you're inside the 10-yard line.
What looked like a sack turned into a 33-yard completion. So Williams now 24 of 28, 369 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, what looked like 4 sacks. I mean, it was like a sack and a sack and a sack and a sack. Nobody could get him down.
Remember last year, Beller Moss came off the bench and threw 6 touchdowns against Louisville in the Holiday Bowl. Now, Williams was a total unknown. He had been their backup, but had played in every game and then did start and played the entire Oregon game. Had a decent game statistically, but they did lose that game pretty decisively. It was 49-21. It was at number 1 Oregon. Their last 3 losses, we pointed this out before, came to teams that were in the college football playoff. Well, and 2 of those are still playing. Penn State and Oregon. The other was Indiana.
Let's hope the fact that all their good plays have been long pass plays, that they only have 8 yards to go, that it's not going to be long. So hopefully Louisville can contain inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, they have certainly had their share of long plays. It is 1st and goal for Washington at the 8-yard line with 1:17 to play. Here's the snap and a little pitch. The receiver coming around along the 10, gets to the 5 and out of bounds. Tried to lunge for the end zone, did not get there. It was Jackson, and he's going to be marked out, I think, at about the 4.
Yep, he's out of bounds at the 4.
Stepped out the 4-yard line. 2nd down.
Yeah, he stepped out. Louisville did a good job at pursuing there. He actually reached the ball out like he was going across the line. It looked like he was going across the end zone. He's 4 yards away.
Yeah, I thought that was a bit of a stretch to stretch there. But it's 2nd and goal from the 4. They're down by a touchdown. And Louisville almost jumped off sides. He gave the false clap. Now Williams to set up again. And they're a little confused that they're going to have to spend a timeout.
Final charge out of the half.
You know, your point about
30 seconds.
Short plays, I'm just glancing down here. They have had 3 pass plays of over 40 yards and 3 more of over 30. And his accuracy has been terrific. But now Louisville has them in that kind of short situation as they are at the 8-yard line. 1:10 to play after Washington called that timeout. And they are now out of timeouts. Louisville has 3 left, but I don't think they would use one unless they would want one. Perhaps want to use them after a Washington score.
Yeah, no, and I think if you're Jeff Brom, you've got to also play like if they do run the ball, you don't want to use your timeout. I just don't. I think we're going to see either thing like that in motion where you get a run like that, or it's going to be a pass here.
2nd and goal at the 4-yard line for Washington. Louisville leading 35-28 with 1:10 left in the Sun Bowl.
And they're fixing the pylon cam, it looks like, down here on our side.
Yep, they sure are. What we do to take care of the TV, guys.
Just tape it up there. And he got it fixed. And the official fixes it, straightens it up, and here we go.
Yes, they got it.
Who's going to make a big play for the Cards?
Wideouts to the left. Harris is one of those. He's playing because Boston apparently is injured. Here's the snap. Drifts back, looking, rolling out to the right. Still looking, fires it out of bounds on the side of the end zone. So the Cardinals held that one off. Stops the clock, though, with 1:04 to play.
Stanquan Clark, Juriante Davis not letting Williams get out and run. He had to throw that ball and had to throw it away.
3rd and goal at the 4. 35-28 Louisville. 1:04 left in the game. Again, 2 receivers to the left. Jackson and Harris. Receiver motions out to the left. He rolls to the left, pressure, chase, and tripped up. Great play in the backfield at the 11-yard line, and they have no timeouts. The clock is running. That was Conga that chased him down. Just clipped him by the ankles to bring him down. And did Louisville call a timeout?
Yeah, because their guys were
celebrating. Time out of the half for Louisville.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that everybody got back in the right spot.
55.
Their guys were celebrating and kind of out of position.
So it'll be 4th down. I can't believe Conga finally caught him. Louisville has been so close on those so many times, and Renee just made a desperate lunge and barely got him by the shoe tops.
And you said, I didn't think, I was like, oh no, he made a lunge and he missed him, and then all of a sudden he went down. So a good play there by Renee Conga, who, might I add, will be back next year.
It's 4th and goal. The ball is at the 10-yard line.
And Paul, I think even if you're Jeff Brown, that's probably a good timeout, just because you want to make sure you've got your package in, that you want to make sure you've got the right guys in there. You want to make sure it's different being 3rd and 4 than it is being 4th and 10 here. Really 4th and 11, I guess, isn't it?
It is 4th and goal from just a hair back of the 10. This is it right here. Coleman the back comes to the left of Williams. Louisville rushes 4. Williams delivers it toward the end zone and batted away, incomplete. Tight coverage by the Cardinals' Ramon Mosley.
Flag on the play.
I did not see the flag. You think it's on Mosley?
Yep, it's on Mosby.
Pass interference. Defense number 30. By rule, the ball be placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
Oh, man. Gosh, I really didn't see the interference. But I don't see a real strong reaction from the Louisville sideline.
He got a hand. I just saw a replay. He got a hand. It was actually about 2 steps before the ball got there. He got a hand up in there. They were kind of hand fighting, but man, that's a tough one.
Oh boy! So now it's 1st and goal at the 3, or excuse me, at the 2. 48 seconds left. Coleman is the back. Come with blitz pressure. He runs out of it, and Louisville brings him down at the 4. Remember, they have no timeouts. 39, clock moving. Trying to get everybody separated. Clock at 30. 2nd and goal. Back at the 3 after that play. He's got it. He's looking. Rolls out to the left, pointing. Rolling to the sideline and lunges for the pylon. Did he get there or not?
No, he's out of bounds at
the 1. They move it, mark him out of bounds at the 1, but that will stop the clock with 1:15 to play.
15.
What did I say?
1.
Oh. 15 seconds to go.
I think he might be in, too.
Ooh. They're going to review this.
Jeff Brom wants to review it for a fumble, though.
For now, the ball is resting right at the 1-yard line.
They're not going to review anything. Yeah, they are.
Now they're going to.
The ruling on the field, the runner being short of the goal line is under further review.
Paul, I saw him reach and may have hit the pylon, but I'm not sure if he could have possibly stepped out of bounds before that.
The ball comes loose, too. This could be a fumble. I'm watching a replay here. I don't know if he gets to...
There's a pylon cam, but he's out of the view of the camera. He went over the top of it.
But
here's
watch
another
the ball
look
here.
Gosh, I don't know.
This might be a touchdown.
I think it could be a touchdown. I'm with you. I fear it could be. If it is, then, as you mentioned earlier, did they go for 2 or do they just want to get to overtime?
As we're watching a replay here, Louisville fighting, scratching. Good job, I'd tell.
I don't know. From that angle, it's really hard to tell, but I don't know if he got the ball over the pylon. It's very close.
And he lost control.
And he lost there. Oh, gosh. That's the best view I've had of the ball slipping out of his hand, is whether he had control of that, even if it did go over the pylon. This is extremely difficult to sort out from all different angles.
I mean, he lost the ball from the angle that they're showing right now. Look, on this angle, oh, gosh.
So the ball does drop out of his hand, but had it crossed the pylon beforehand. And I just have not seen a conclusive angle.
And the head referee, what's our guy's name here? Hank Johns. He's watching it under the hood here. He just had the other referee go over and get the guy who was closest to it and had him come over because I don't think they can tell one way or the other.
Well, if you can't tell, then the call was not a touchdown.
Right.
You can't. That, to me, has to be inconclusive enough that you cannot overturn the call. But goodness knows I've misguessed on those many, many times. It's 35-28 for now, Louisville, with 15 seconds left in the game, and the ball is situated at the 1-yard line.
This is when I wish I was on the sideline because I'd have been standing right there and would have been able to tell you, Paul, he fumbled. They're still looking.
I mean, this is what I've said time and time again. If you have to look at it this many times, then it obviously is not conclusive. So what else is there to try and figure out? Here it comes.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. Please set the game clock to 18 seconds. Game clock will start on the snap.
All right. They're at the 1-yard line. 3rd and goal. 18 seconds of play. It's been an excruciating finish to this game, and depending upon what happens in the next few minutes, could have more to go. Gosh, we've had several multiple overtime bowl games.
Oh, yeah, I don't know how you call that one way or the other. I'm good with making the call stand on the field because, honestly, I think it could have been a touchdown from one angle and it could have been a fumble from the other angle. Just make a stop right here.
That's why it's not conclusive. 3rd and goal at the 1. 35-28 Louisville, 18 seconds left. Washington comes up to the line. Here's the snap. He's going to throw it, has a quick throw and tackle, and the ball came loose, incomplete. He was tackled, landed on the goal line. It was Jackson, but the ball came loose as he hit the ground, so incomplete pass, and they'll have one more shot at it. 4th down from the 1-yard line.
McDonald on the play. Boy, that line judge over there is getting his work. It's the same guy on the same call.
All right, so here we go again.
One would say, Paul, if we were at the Frosted Flakes Bowl, that this has been great so far. Let's have a great finish.
Play clock at 8 as they break the huddle. Two wide receivers to the right. Williams gets the ball to the end zone and caught in the corner of the end zone. Perfectly thrown. Touchdown to Giles Jackson. I mean, Griffin was as close as he could be, but it was just a perfectly lofted ball deep into the corner of the end zone. And that is 4 touchdowns thrown by Williams. And it appears they're going to try to win it with a 2-point conversion try here with 9 seconds left.
Oh, my goodness. That is a perfect ball. You've done so many good things on this drive for Louisville. That ball right there is perfect, and it wasn't bad coverage by MJ Griffin.
They were pretty high on this freshman quarterback, and wow, you can sure see why. 26 of 32, 374 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And that after he threw a pick 6 on his first pass of the game. 2-point conversion try. Here's the game. 9 seconds left. Snap to Williams. Looking, throwing, end zone. Batted away! Watts knocked it down! They had an open receiver in the corner of the end zone, and Watts jumped high and batted it down with 9 seconds left.
And the guys, they got to realize that the game's not over. There's flags everywhere. They're celebrating, but it'll be a 1-yard penalty. Or actually, I guess they get a kickoff. So they will have an onside kick here. But what a play by Watts. That's the athleticism. They talk about his vertical jump. They talk about just how ridiculous of an athlete he is. And when he threw it, I thought, oh, no, that's a 2-point conversion. And somehow, some way, Watts got it.
I thought they had it for sure. Watts went high to knock it down.
The result of the play was an unsuccessful try. After the try was over, there were 2 fouls for unsportsmanlike conduct against Louisville. Number 90 and number 97. Both fouls will be enforced. One for taunting, the other for taking their helmet off later on.
And so that's going to put them in field goal range, Paul, and on the free kick. Yep.
No, they're kicking off.
It could be a free kick though, right?
Yeah, but they're kicking to Louisville.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, I understand. Okay, I got confused. The onside kick if they do recover.
Oh.
Yes, so the onside kick is... Holy cow, they kick it from...
But if they kick an onside kick, you'd have to get it within 9 seconds. Yeah. They don't have any timeouts left. I did hear him say that somebody threw a helmet and a helmet came off.
Yeah, it did. And they all celebrate. I hate it because...
it's... If someone did take the helmet off, which I don't doubt they did, that's a penalty. But if it was just celebrating, I never saw anything outrageous.
Yeah, the guys on the bench came on the field. There was a 15-yard penalty there for sure. It's just a tough one. And, boy, they're going to kick off from the other X.
So you're right.
Yeah, there's 2 X's in there. They're going to kick off
from the Louisville 35.
So you got to
So if you recover
this.
an onside kick, you could kick a field goal. Oh, brother. 35-34 Louisville, 9 seconds to play.
Jeff Brom calls timeout.
Second charge, timeout of the half.
Ooh, this is a tough one. I've never seen a kickoff from the other team's 35-yard line.
From the wrong 35, yeah.
The first onside kick is, I get it, it's just tough to get a second one.
Well, this is the kind of game that just keeps you definitely on the edge of your seat.
Antonio Watts, what a play, though. Stay positive. We're going to get this onside kick right here. Watch. Mark Redmond, Chris Bell out there, Lacy out there.
Gross is placing it on the tee. He's angling over across the field. He tops it. It hops up in the air. It's a loose football, batted around still, and finally out of bounds. I believe out of bounds before anybody could control it. Now here's a flag, but that would be for an out-of-bounds kickoff, I believe. The Cards should have this. Nobody that I could tell got firm possession of the ball. The clock is at 4. It went out of bounds on the Louisville sideline.
No foul to play. Ball was legally touched. The clock started. We're corrected 4 seconds. First down, Louisville.
Give Blue Hicks a lot of credit. Did you see at the very end? I want to see the replay again. He is way up in the air, and he's the one that basically goes to try to and bats it out of bounds, Paul, because there were 2 guys right there. What a crazy ending. That's a great kick, by the way.
It was a perfect kick.
Blue Hicks just grabbed it and kind of pulled it and then pushed it out of bounds. And so as much as Antonio Watts wins this game for Louisville, you get a knee down here and give Blue Hicks a check mark for a really big-time play there.
Cards will take a snap, and this game will finally be over. Whew. Over 3.5 hours later, there's a snap and a knee. And the Louisville Cardinals are 2 for 2 in the Sun Bowl in 1958 and in 2024. Louisville comes to El Paso and knocks off Washington. Final score 35-34. Chris Bell is doing backflips out on the field. Wow.
You know what? These guys, for all the stuff that we've heard, they're all doing them. That one wasn't as good. Who was that? was that Schwartz?
It was
the punter, wasn't it?
It was 30. It was 36.
Oh, okay. That was
who is it? That's Destin Cheers.
They're all doing backflips, Paul. For all the quote unquote crap that we've heard about bowl games and opt-outs and who isn't going to play and who's not going to play and Louisville this and that, the guys that came and played, and we've talked about it several times, the guys that came to play today wanted to be here. We saw that from the beginning, and what a great performance. I'm so happy for Coach Brom and for the staff. They put a lot of time into this. They've not had any free time over the last month with all the other stuff that's going on. They put a lot of time in this, and I'm happy for them.
35-34 is the final score. Louisville wins the Sun Bowl.